Why aren't actors ugly anymore?
We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
Bill Murray was 33 when he shot Ghostbusters.
That's right, boys.
And I gotta say, Bill Murray is an unconventionally attractive man. Before we get into why aren't actors ugly anymore, I'm gonna do a bit of Bill Murray glaze here. I don't think Bill Murray's ugly. I think Bill Murray is a black pill 4, right? Sub 5. But I think the way he puts himself on is like an 8. You know who's really attractive? And I always glaze this guy. From the Fallout show, Walton Goggins. I think Walton Goggins is one of the few men that can rock the horrible hairline. And he is also, I think Walton Goggins is like a 9. Like, Walton Goggins is a very attractive man, but he's unconventionally attractive. He has a very bad hairline, and he doesn't really... I think it's like his facial symmetry is very nice. He's a good bone structure. Now I'm glazing.
This is what actors in their 30s and 40s look like. But something has changed since then, because actors that age...
Facial surgery and Botox. Large-scale facial surgery from the Hollywood's greatest to try and keep themselves looking the same that they did in their 20s, to where when they're like 50, they start looking like dolls. And it's scary. Like, I love a man in Hollywood that owns the wrinkles, you know? Like, owns the wrinkles. There's a lot of older women in Hollywood that do it. And I think a lot of women in Hollywood don't go overboard. I think a lot of women in Hollywood get, like, base Botox to kind of, like, get rid of, like, the crow's feet. But, like, I'm never going to judge what people want to do with their face. And this is kind of me, it's sounding like I'm judging. But, like, Ryan Gosling does a lot. He has a lot of, I don't know if this image is edited. But, like, his face is more puffy from what he's done. You know, like, I still think he looks great, but it's like there becomes a point where it's like, okay, you look like a 50-year-old that's making themselves try to look 30 versus, like, I think you can look great as an aging man or woman, right? Who's like an older actor that doesn't do Botox or like facial surgery stuff? Like, maybe like Ashton Kutcher, but he's also not that old. Jack Black. Jack Black was never... I'm more talking about, like, guys that were considerable heartthrobs, you know? Like, people that were, like, you know, praised for their attractiveness. Whereas, like, Jack Black, I think he's obviously great-looking man. Stunning. Stunning. Has cheetah eyes. But, you know, he was never praised for his attractiveness. He was praised for his acting abilities, his singing... how, like, cool he was. William Dafoe. Yeah. William Dafoe does it well, too. Yeah. Like, I think he looks good. I know he's old, but he looks like, it's like, I fuck with that, you know? Like, dude, that was, like, the uncanny shit was that Dunkin' commercial. Can we watch that real quick? And then we'll get back into it. Like, I know they CGI de-aged everybody, but it was fucking creepy. But, like, they made all of them, oh, my God, like, Joey, what is his name? Not Joey Tribbiani. Well, that's who he plays, but I always forget his actor's name. Dude, that's creepy. No, the worst one is Jennifer Aniston. They make Jennifer Aniston look scary. When she shows up, bro. Like, she looks like a doll. The way they CGI her face. Oh, my God. It's just, I think that's one of the reasons why actors aren't ugly anymore. But, like, it's also just this obsession with looks on social media, especially short-form media now, where I think a lot of people that get opportunities, it's like the foot in the door is no longer the acting ability, it's the look. I think Hollywood is so much more now about, like, we want a guy that's going to look good, right? But it gets unrealistic. You know what I mean? Like, now we have, like, Timothée Chalamet. I'm not saying he has this, but, like, Timothée Chalamet did Marty Supreme. I think he did a great job. You know, blah, blah, blah. The promotion was awesome, right? But, like, you could have, like, Timothée Chalamet playing a regular New York taxi driver. Totally unrealistic. Totally unrealistic. Let's get a guy that actually looks like a fucking New York City taxi driver, okay? Let's get a regular guy off the street and fucking cast him. Why are we trying to make people... Why are we fitting these, like, 10 out of 10 actors in terms of attractiveness to, like, just, like, an average role? We're like, yeah, this guy's definitely going to just be flipping burgers. No.
Today don't look like this anymore.
I lost my hand!
They look like this. Or like this. Actors today...
Yeah, 35? What the fuck?
Today need to have great hair, perfect skin, and be in flawless shape. They don't look like regular people anymore. They look like supermodels. This isn't every single actor.
No, they look like supermodels, and then there's like this weird diverging role, right? It's like older movies from like 2010 and before. You had people that were really attractive. You had the average looking guy or woman. And then you have like people that get cast in ugly roles, right? Like they did it a lot in Disney, they did a lot in Nickelodeon, they do it a lot in like comedy movies where like they literally cast somebody to be the ugly guy. Now it's like really attractive people, average extras, and then ugly people as roles. I always wonder that too. I'm like, that sucks to be cast as like the fat guy in a role. I always wonder if that upsets them, you know? Because there's so many movies where it's like they literally cast you as the ugly fat guy. But that's your role. Like, you're not a main character. You're just like a side scene for 5 minutes where it's like, oh, look how ugly and fat this guy is. And then they move on.
But it's clear there's been an overall change in how A-list performers look. And it's also how they're shown to the camera, like in low lighting and with more vibrant colours. They're surrounded by other people, and on an actual set, rather than a green screen.
Everything's under control, situation normal.
You're probably going to say this is because of a wider trend of movies looking bland and flat nowadays, and things like bad lighting, dull colours, and the Netflixy look make basically everything in modern movies look worse. And also, we can't ignore cosmetic surgery.
As my plastic surgeon always said.
But if you look at movies from before the millennia, it's hard to deny that the actors looked more like regular people.
Keep it still back there, lady, or else we're gonna have to shoot you.
I feel like maybe, do you think that it's also just the lack of average-looking people getting into acting? Because all the people that I know now in social media and just also in my life that get into acting are like 8 out of 10 or higher. I think like so many people that love theater and want to get into acting are like shunned at a young age because they don't fit like this beauty standard, even if the skills are there.
Okay, so the word ugly is a bit harsh, and I'm not trying to objectify.
Yeah, no, I don't think ugly. It's like that people in Hollywood don't look real. Like, am I crazy to say there's an uncanny level of attractiveness where somebody is so good looking that it's actually a turnoff? Like, you don't look real. It's that good. And it's like, okay, no, like you look like a doll, like actually like a doll. Like they've sculpted you.
Or body shame anyone. Most people who are cast in movies aren't unpleasant to look at. I just mean that they have bodies and faces that theoretically belong to a normal person without the aid of personal trainers, dietitians, and plastic surgeons. They look like normal everyday people you could see walking down the street.
I need a man who has powerful friends.
Bruce Willis, Bill Murray, and Jack Nicholson aren't bad-looking guys, but they have a sort of everyman appeal that we just don't see in today's
Yeah, you would walk past them on the street and not bat an eye.
stars.
Saw it on the television.
And I love that because I think that brings you into the movie, you know? When it's just like a regular handyman that becomes this agent or something, and he's like a 10 out of 10. I'm like, bro, the average roofer that I hire to do a job is not going to look like fucking Brad Pitt, right? He's going to be a big gut, blue collar man that's going to fucking staple some paddings to my roof, you know? He's going to look like an everyday guy I walk past on the street.
Big part of this is that today, people just generally look younger.
Physical. Clean.
I think people look younger. I think people get work to look younger. And I also think the average person today is better looking too. Can I say that? I think like every generation looks better than the generation before it. Maybe that's also a fashion thing. Like if I look back at like pictures of 30-year-olds in the 1950s, they look weird to me because they're wearing like fucking clothing that isn't in style anymore. Isn't that the point of evolution? Yeah, like natural selection to a degree. But I also think people are better at holding themselves and, like, you know, making themselves look the best that their potential enables them to.
26.
There's a great Vsauce video from a few years ago that goes into this in more detail. Essentially,
We watched that. That was a really good video, too. That people look older.
in more detail. Essentially, the clothes and overall style has changed, and combined with better medical care, nutrition, and less smoking, people are healthier and better looking.
Guess I started smoking when I was about 4.
Healthier is a debatable question.
So here's a few age comparisons that highlight this in
My
action.
mom was already dead then from lung cancer.
Gene Hackman is 44 here. Actors in their mid-40s today look like this.
Are we soulmates?
Or like this.
And that's nuts, man. Like, I know for a fact in my mid-40s, I'm not going to look like that. I'm going to look so much worse. Like, it is unreal, dude. He looks 32. Like, how old would you say, genuinely speaking, Chad, how old would you say Chris Evans looks there? 34 tops. Mid-young 30s.
Or like this.
Not 39.
There's quite a big difference.
Just a little slap.
Sylvester Stallone was 30 when he first shot Rocky.
Look at his face.
A comparable actor today would be Timothy Chalamet at 29.
Young pop!
Now, they play very different types of characters. If we want to be fair, let's compare two all-American action stars.
Drop it, dickhead.
Glenn Powell, 35 in Twisters, and Bruce Willis, 33 in Die Hard.
Bro, Glenn Powell will still play the young love interest in, like, a 2026 rom-com. They were not casting 35-year-olds to do that 20 years ago.
Robert Pattinson was 35 when he played Batman, and Michael Keaton was only 2 years older.
Bruce Wayne.
Are you sure?
But Keaton has visible lines around his mouth, his hair has receded a bit, and he has a subtle 5 o'clock shadow that doesn't feel purposeful. But Pattinson, even though dressed up to look sleep-deprived and reclusive, has a chiseled jaw and perfect skin. Overall, he looks a lot younger.
That's interesting.
But there's something more at play than actors simply looking older in the past.
Frank, they're not here for you.
Do you think it's the makeup, too? They still were doing crazy makeup in the 90s. Like, that can't be what it is. They're not making them look younger in the film.
It's the kind of faces that have changed too.
Weird Al Yankovic is on the plane.
It's the everyman look, receding curly hair or imperfect skin. And it's because of these distinct features that characters had a stronger sense of personality just by looking at them.
Do you have any hobbies?
I collect spores, molds, and fungus.
But before we continue, let's take a moment to thank today's sponsor.
Dude, I gotta rewatch all the Ghostbusters films. I think that it's ugly people trying to get into acting and then they never make it because they look bad. But they don't look bad. It's like there's so many roles in acting that need to be filled, right? There's so many people going into acting. It's like this bottleneck effect where there's like, 10 roles but 100 people applying. But even then, it's not like, oh, it's because they don't fit the bill. Like, there's so many average people that need to get cast for roles, but it's just like they're picking like 10s now for fucking main characters.
In the opening of Once Upon a Time in the West, we meet 3 characters who don't survive the end of the scene. But they all have an interesting look. Al Mullock has long hair blowing across his face and vibrant blue eyes. Jack Elam has the long eyebrows and beard that goes down his neck. And then Woody Strode looks completely different, with a square jaw and a piercing look. From their faces alone, we can get a level of understanding to their character. It's hard to put into words, but we get a feeling that this guy is going to behave differently to this guy. And then compare them to the station manager. We can understand the dynamic just from the way they look. You can say this is down to great casting, and to some extent it is, but ultimately, it's just these guys' faces that carry the entire 15-minute opening.
Oh, well, I suppose it'll be alright.
Yeah, like he just looks like a disheveled old man. Like this guy looks like some dude you would see on the side of the road in New York City.
It'll be alright.
It's the same with the heads of the 5 families in The Godfather. Sure, they all look like mob bosses, but they have small differences in their appearance.
We're all grateful.
Wow, I love like the YouTuber breakdowns that these guys, or not the cinephile breakdowns that these YouTubers do. Like, I love these analyst movies. I never think, because it's like such subconscious shit that you don't even think about till they bring it up. where it's like, wow, the mob bosses really are very similar, but like the mustache and the slick back hair is different. A cinephile, that's somebody that loves movies.
It's the same with the heads of the 5 families in The Godfather. Sure, they all look like mob bosses, but they have small differences in their appearance.
We're all grateful to Don Corleone for calling this meeting.
How they style their hair, the type of suit they wear, and how fat they are, all goes a long way to tell us about their character.
He had all the judges and politicians in his pocket.
And this isn't just limited to side characters. Even the leads in the past had a more interesting look. They didn't all look like supermodels.
You look like 40 miles of rough road.
This is people like Sissy Spacek, Leslie Nielsen, and Cher. They simultaneously look like a normal person, but also have a unique look.
Completely normal individual.
Kurt Russell in Escape from New York was big, but in shirtless scenes his abs have little definition. Bruce Willis was handsome, but his receding hairline and modest muscles retain a sort of everyman look. And compare how Hugh Jackman looked in the first X-Men film in 2000 to Deadpool Wolverine.
Yeah, he looks better. It's like, how does Hugh Jackman in his 20s look more average than now?
So what is the effect of this? What is the
fucking ripped six-pack? Looks like he's on steroids.
Effect of seeing these regular looking people on screen? And how does seeing interesting faces work to make a movie better? Let's take a look at a few examples.
What have you done to it? What have you done to its eyes?
This is Mia Farrow in Rosemary's Baby.
I'm Rosemary Woodhouse.
As the film progresses, she cuts her hair shorter and begins to look paler and thinner. Visually, we understand the transformation the character is undergoing.
I'm not changing. I just want to go to Dr. Hill and get a second opinion.
Would this work if she was played by someone like Margot Robbie? I don't think so. It's Mia Farrow's unique look that helps make the character feel like an actual person that could exist somewhere, which makes us empathize with her more.
Dr. Hill, please.
It's the same with John Travolta in Blowout, Shelley Duvall and Jack Nicholson in The Shining.
Well, because the average person that's watching a movie that wants to relate to the main character isn't going to... Like, I get you casting fucking Chris Evans and Hemsworth for Thor and Captain America. They're fucking superheroes. They're not supposed to be everyday people. Thor is a god, right? But, like, when you have a regular taxi driver playing a role in a movie, you want that guy to be relatable, and the average person watching the movie isn't going to relate to a guy that's a 10.
In Star Wars, Luke and his family look like fairly ordinary people, whereas Grand Moff Tarkin and the Imperial officers have a much more austere look to them.
Fear will keep the local systems in line.
In the 20th century, the pool of actors to choose from seems to have been much more aesthetically varied than it is today. There was actors with big noses.
I got it, go ahead.
Big foreheads.
He's gonna prove it to the whole world.
Heavy-set eyes.
Did you know that?
And receding hairlines.
But you and me together, that'd be tops.
We subconsciously infer things about people's personality based on their features, which in turn helps them create a richer character without much heavy lifting.
Mentally, you picture my dog.
In Taxi Driver...
But I think they do so... Like, there's still TV shows... I think movies, it's gone away, but TV shows, they still have it. Always Sunny in Philadelphia isn't even filmed in Philly, but it still gives that Philly vibe. They look like regular-ass white people that live in Philly. Danny DeVito is like Danny DeVito, like sometimes they make him seem like a goblin, bro. He'll be naked crawling out of a fucking couch covered in oil. Like, I know that's part of the comedy, but it's like they're not like, imagine if Always Sunny in Philly was just like Margot Robbie, Brad Pitt as the old guy, and then, you know, Olivia Rodrigo. You'd be like, okay, well, these aren't regular fucking Philly actors. There's shows where they actually make fun of that. Like, I Love L.A. They make fun of L.A. culture. They look like L.A. people. They might live in L.A., but, like, they cast people that, like, fit this L.A. role, and it makes fun of that. So I love that show. I don't watch it all the time. I'll watch it with Brooke when she's watching it, but it's a good fucking show. But even back then, they had people that didn't. It's so weird because I think on average, movies in general do cast higher attractive roles. But like, dude, the cast of Friends, all attractive, all of them. Maybe Ross is like unconventionally attractive, but like Phoebe, Monica, and Rachel are all 9s, 10s, right? Very pretty. Joey Tribbiani, attractive guy. Chandler, attractive guy, right? Ross, I would say maybe unconventionally attractive, but he also was signed for that role. It makes sense, right? Like, Ross is still a good-looking dude. It's like all of them were 10s, almost. Chandler? I think Chandler was a good-looking guy. Obviously, he was dealing with, like, you know, problems where he was fluctuating in weight and, like, he looked different depending on the scene. But I think overall, he still looked good.
This guy, completely bald on top but with a flow at the back. This guy with his scruffy beard and round glasses. And even De Niro himself with his 5 o'clock shadow and redness around his eyes. If you got into a cab and this was the driver, you wouldn't think twice.
Did I tell you to do that with the meter?
All of these actors look like they actually belong in the setting rather than just walking out of a dressing room.
Can I talk to you for a second?
And this is environmental immersion. In 1976, after Sylvester Stallone went 15 rounds in Rocky, his face was soaking wet, his hair sticking to his head, and he's covered in blood with his face fully contorted with bruises. But in 2015, after Michael B. Jordan fought in Creed, he's just got a subtle sheen of sweat and a small...
Yeah, bro, they make him look too good. I'm like, this is, bro, Paddy Pimblett in that UFC fight where he didn't get knocked out, but he got his head fucked up so bad that he literally looked like a pumpkin. His face was swelling so much. Like, get the hell out of here. I'm supposed to watch Creed and be like, oh, dude, his face is a little scuffed and he's getting killed this fight, but it'll be all right.
Bruise around one eye.
Like, I need to see one eye swollen.
Stop!
Like, that would put you on the floor. Bro, your face would be so fucked if you got knocked like that.
Stop! It's me!
At the end of Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire's suit is ripped to hell, revealing his bruised, dirty, and sweaty face. And
that's one thing I'll say about Spider-Man. People get upset with me. I think the first Spider-Man is the worst Spider-Man. I think that Tom Holland's Spider-Man is better than Tobey Maguire's. But I think Tobey Maguire fits the Spider-Man look the best out of any of them. I love Tom Holland the most. I actually think Andrew Garfield second, Tobey Maguire third, off of acting. But when you think of like everyday New Yorker, kind of a nerd, you know, a dweeb, getting these powers and then becoming a superhero, I'm not thinking of Tom Holland. And I'm not thinking of Andrew Garfield. I'm thinking of Toby McChud, you know, Chud Maguire, you know. That's the guy that fits the bill, you know. Looks like an everyday dude, gets powers, becomes some superhero god, has that really cringy scene where they slick his hair back when he's Venom and he's like, I hate that scene, by the way. That's the worst. Like that, whenever I see that scene, it's right below the Happy Birthday song in Breaking Bad.
It's chaotic tear across his mask.
Mr. Osborn.
But for Tom Holland, he's got a couple of cuts that seem very intentionally placed, and his suit isn't ripped at all. His mask hasn't been torn open, but just neatly taken off.
Hey, Blondie? Water?
After Clint Eastwood walked 70 miles in the desert, his face is completely scarred and burned. We can barely recognize him. But today, there aren't many examples of actors looking scarred like this. It seems like everyone has to look perfect all the time. It's as if somewhere along the way, almost every actor has taken...
That movie was so fucking bad. That movie was so fucking bad. Jurassic World, love Scarlett Johansson. My God, this movie was terrible. Every scene, she's like, well, I'm a co-op expert. That's why they hired me. I'm a co-op expert. What the fuck do you have to do? I'm a co-op expert. Okay, so we're bringing you to go extract dinosaur blood? You worked in the military and, like, covert shit. What the hell does that have to do with going to stab a T-Rex? Okay? You have your skill transfer. That's like you being a pro in Rocket League and being like, I'm a Rocket League pro. And we're in fucking Vietnam. And we're in Vietnam. You know, we're loading artillery, and you're like, don't worry, I was SSL. That means about jack shit to me. What the fuck does that have to do with this?
It's as if somewhere along the way, almost every actor has taken the substance and transformed into a kind of picture-perfect version of themselves. Not a single wrinkle, not a hair out of place, and completely smooth skin. The best we'll get is maybe a small smear of dirt or a tiny...
The worst that I despise is movie scenes where they're like so fucked. They've been surviving in the wilderness. They, you know, fighting limb to limb to survive. And then you see their teeth, pearly white. They've been in the jungle for 6 months. And they fuck up their face and they make them look, you know, all messed up. And then they're like, and you see the glare off their teeth. I'm like, yo, it's not like why we can't tint their teeth yellow to make this look more real.
Cut. And they look great, but when everyone looks perfect, things start to get a bit stale.
Well, see, no, that scene's different because that's just Vin Diesel, right? That's Dom Toretto. Vin Diesel after plunging a burning car into dirty water. It's Dom Toretto.
And they look great.
Dom Toretto's fucking a badass.
But when everyone looks perfect, things start to get a bit stale. And sure, this isn't every single actor working today. You can still find distinct looking people, but it seems like it is the majority of them. In an article from
That's what I was saying.
2021, Raquel S. Benedict likens our body to become an investment in which we have to maximize our value through looking good. We're reduced to a collection of features like perfect skin or a strong jawline. The body is no—
Oh my god, what is that thing called where it's supposed to give you a better jaw? Bro, just like chew gum. I never understand that shit. Jawzrsize, I think is the name of the product.
Features like perfect skin or a strong jawline. The body is no longer the vehicle through which we experience joy and pleasure, but a status symbol that needs to be constantly presentable to the world.
Put your greasy tits away, you preening slut.
For actors, this is taken to the extreme, especially for women. They can never age or show any imperfection. They need to be a bankable star, and a big part of this is looking good on camera.
Pretty girls should always smile.
Let's take hairlines as an example. Sure, Andrew Garfield probably got a hair transplant because he thought it would improve his appearance, but also because it's better to have a smaller forehead as a leading man. And with modern technology, if you can fix this, why wouldn't you?
Yes, Sergeant!
This just wasn't the case in the past, hence a wider spectrum of hairlines and a bigger aesthetic variety.
I wouldn't touch one hair on his goddamn little head.
But today, this is becoming increasingly noticeable, and more people are—
But it's when they're playing a role. I think you want a smaller forehead when the main character is 40 or below. But if you're a main character in your 50s as a guy, having a perfect hairline is almost off-putting. Because the average man in his 50s is going to either be bald or have a receding hairline. Like, without a doubt.
Commenting on it, and here are a few things they've said. I miss actors having normal teeth, and then a picture of Tom Cruise from The Outsiders.
Check this out, buddy.
It's so annoying and just plain boring that everyone has the same teeth, the same body. I miss people looking—
Okay, well, the Barbie movie is a bad example because Margot Robbie is supposed to look uncannily perfect. Like, I was gonna mention the Barbie movie where she's supposed to look perfect, right?
Different and interesting.
Restroom and make sure my hair is perfect.
I watched Invasion of the Body Snatchers last night, and it stood out to me that while Sutherland is hot, he's also clearly in his 40s. Like, if Hollywood wanted to make a movie of a 40-something A-lister playing a middle-aged health inspector, who would they cast? Ryan Reynolds? Chris Evans?
I got this.
We no longer have leading men who are good-looking and charismatic, but also don't look like they wake up at 5 AM to hit the gym. On Twitter, someone was talking about the 1974 movie Taken of Pelham 123. They said it's weirdly invigorating to watch a movie where every actor has an incredible face, and they all look normal, like no veneers inside.
This is supposed to be a democracy.
Old actors have more grace than current ones. We can't have a truly accurate cast for the Beatles because they just don't make weird, crusty-looking young men actors like that anymore. I miss casting movies that weren't all A-listers or trying to be. Sometimes just having normal-ass people in your movie makes—
I have been complaining about the fact that— oh wow, this guy plays the serial killer in Dexter. Anyways, sorry. I don't even know this guy's name, but I just recognize the face. I've been ranting about how I don't like that the new actors, like Gen Z actors, it's like there's like 5 of them. there's like 5 of them. Whenever you see a big new movie coming out, it's never like a random actor playing the main role. It's always somebody that's like super famous. And I think it's this idea, too, from Hollywood that, like, what gets ticket sales is mainstream actors. And it's true to a degree that, like, if you see a movie that's coming out and it has a famous actor in it, you're more likely to go see it. You know, like, if Jacob Elordi, is in a movie, you're going to be like, well, I kind of want to go see that. But if Jacob Elordi's not in the film and it's just, like, some random guy that isn't that super attractive— or woman for that matter, it's like, you know, it's the same thing. The level of popular actors is like, it's a smaller pool now.
Makes it feel more realistic. To which someone replied, convinced this will be the downfall of the Odyssey. Which brings us on to perhaps a good label to put on this kind of perfect looking A-lister we see today. iPhone face. It's hard to define, but I think it's basically this kind of pristine look that most actors seem to have. It's why some people look out of place in period pieces, because they've got a modern haircut or their teeth are too white. They're striving for a kind of look that didn't really exist before the 21st century. And this speaks to a kind of aesthetic that many modern movies have. They're perfectly lit, the set perfectly designed, the actors in perfectly clean clothes. But this kind of perfection just makes it all look boring. It's the messiness of a normal...
And it doesn't bring... The immersion's not there. Like, I want to see some shit where, you know, their couch is fucked up. Like, you're supposed to be this, like, struggling artist in this film, and you're playing, like, somebody that's broke. Meanwhile, yeah, your apartment's small, but you have, like, a brand new couch, and your carpet's perfectly clean, and you have no crumbs on the floor. There's no, like, weird marks on the walls, you know? Like, every regular room for somebody, you're going to have, like, a scratch or a hole in the wall. Like, why don't they have that? Method acting? Well, not even method acting for the actor. I'm more saying, like, the sets just suck.
Or the dirt kicked up from horses, the colour of the set, and the way it's lit. We're losing a sense of personality not only in how actors look, but in how films in general look.
Hello?
Digital cinematography has given everything the same kind of Netflixy feel. Look, this isn't every movie, and it's not every actor. If you look for it, you can find interesting looking people.
Oh, that movie was so fucking stupid. Oh my god, no, I'm gonna get so mad if... Dude, every time he shows that Jurassic Park movie. Where if you don't know, there's like this... They're going... Okay. So, in the Jurassic Park movie, the new one, dinosaurs exist, but they only can live at the equator, and you're not allowed to go to the equator. This stupid fucking family is driving a boat through the equator, and they get capsized by a dinosaur. Shocker. They all freak out. The boyfriend's a dick, blah, blah, blah. They end up getting picked up by Scarlett Johansson and her crew, which is trying to extract dinosaur blood to, like, cure cancer. That's the plot. Right, like, it's trying to, like, cure cancer, extend people's lifetimes. It's gonna, like, make people immortal or some shit, right? And you're just sitting here like, oh, okay. They don't even explain why. And they get on this boat. They end up getting separated. And the family is, like, struggling to survive in this area. And they're like, none of them die, by the way. Spoiler. Which is, like, so stupid. Because, you know, this is, like, a family of 5 that has no survival expertise. And they just get lucky at every corner. It's just, like, full plot armor. And while they're all, like, struggling for their life and, like, running from these crazy dinosaurs, one of their daughter, like, befriends this tiny dinosaur. And I'm like, dude, she would be terrified of that motherfucker. Their boat got capsized by a dinosaur. She's never seen dinosaurs in real life like this. They land on this island. They're getting chased by dinosaurs. And she sees this baby dinosaur that's, like, cute or whatever. And she's like, aw. I'm like, oh, hell no. She would not, like, walk up to that thing. Dude, everybody would be traumatic. I would be scared to walk up to anything that was moving.
People in modern movies, but this whole change in how actors, and by extension movies in general, look, is a natural result of an industry that's afraid to take risks. Movies need to make money, so they minimize anything that could theoretically make the film less successful, but in the process, remove what makes it special. Both films and actors aren't ugly anymore. They're not dirty anymore or bruised anymore. No one looks normal, and everyone looks perfect. And this is a problem.
It's worse than Hubie Halloween. No, Hubie Halloween is a bottom 3 film. I love Adam Sandler. I think that when he plays that role where he does that, like, ooh, I don't know. I just have some soup in a bowl. I'm like, shut up. Shut up. That's, like, so it's so annoying. And it's like he's not playing the role well. It's like he has, like, 5 characters, and one of them's, like, a quirky, weird guy that he plays. And he does the same thing in Waterboy. And it's like, oh my God. And he's, no, it's just, dude, it's so, I can't get over it. And there's Adam Sandler movies that I love. I just think that those movies are unbearable. Actually, no, Jack and Jill's worse than Hubie Halloween. Jack and Jill was the worst movie that he's ever made. I gotta piss again, and we're gonna hop into the next movie. The cost of becoming Jinxie.
This was the exact moment Jinxie became the most subscribed streamer on Twitch.
Now listen, if you don't know who he is,
Bro, you gotta look at this real quick. This doesn't even look real. This looks f***ing edited. I mean, like, talk about Elon Musk versus average American. 1 million subs, 73,000. And that's still insane. 73,000 subs is huge. Queso's like one of the biggest streamers, one of the biggest YouTubers in the world as well right now. 1 million subs. I know it's from the subathon, but god damn, dude. What does Jinxie have right now? Like 50K?
you better find out why he's so popular, man.
It seemed like Jinxie came out of nowhere. Like he snapped his fingers and all of a sudden, he was the new king of Twitch. For most people, this is a dream come true. To wake up, play video games.
No, I think the dream come true is to be like a top 500, top 1,000 streamer, but like you're in your niche community. Honestly, bro, I think what I would say the ideal is well, I mean, I really love my job and I love my audience, but I'm not saying the ideal because I feel like that's self-glaze. I'm going to go the ideal Summit 1G. Bro hops on the game. His chat has been watching. His chat's like 35. They've been watching him for 10 years. And he just plays fucking whatever game for 15 hours and hops off. But he doesn't cross-post much. Like, he just games and then gets off. He's never been... I mean, early streaming, he was probably, like, one of the biggest guys. But, like, he's always maintained crazy relevancy. But he's never, like, you know, spiked or dipped. He's always been, like, 10K viewers, 10K viewers, 10K viewers, 10K viewers. And it's just, like, held him consistently. You know, like, he has, like, the reliability of, like, a 9 to 5 in terms of, like, income. But he doesn't deal with, like, the spikes or the downsides. I do social media. Right? But I would never want to be on the top. Being on... yeah, literally. Yo, literally the same shit. Literally the same shit. I don't even know when I talked about this. The top is a curse.
But what?
Bro, it is. It is. It is. I will have that take, bro. Literally. If you look at the fucking top Twitch streamers, bro, they get the most hate. They get the most hate if you know them. Like, I'm going to go to English streamers because I know English streamers more. Bro, Kai, I feel like Queso's an anomaly, okay? Let's rule him out. I feel like does Queso get hate? He does. I know he does. Everybody gets hate. But I feel like Queso has a very high ratio of positivity versus negativity. But I think he still does get hate. But I think his audience is like, you know, I think his audience would die for him, if that makes sense. I think I'm going to say parasociality, but I think the loyalty behind Queso's fan base is like like ride or die type shit. Like, somebody shits on Queso, they're going to immediately like attack them, which I think is bad to a degree, but also like, goddamn, you know, people rep Queso. But anyways, as I was saying, Kai gets a lot of hate. Jinxie, Hassan, Jason, I don't know who Christina is, Ron, Adapt. These are also subs. It's not like the top channels necessarily on like performance. Let me actually go to English channels and then personality. But like, dude, literally all these people get like the most hate. And, you know, for varying reasons. But I feel like when you're at the top, it's like you make yourself a target in that sense.
What we don't see in this moment is what it took to get here. Because success like this doesn't come free. It comes with a cost. And for Jinxie, that cost was higher than most people could ever imagine.
639 hours streamed to an average viewership of 2. That's Jinxie, man.
While his friends were out living their college...
God damn, bro. He streamed 600 hours to 2 people. That's fucking dedication, bro. 600 hours to no one. Literally 2 people, bro. That's like your mom, your dad. Nightbot and a random friend.
College years, Jinxie was alone, night after night, sitting in front of a camera, streaming to almost no one.
Because it's not about the hours that they know about. It's about what you do in the dark room when it's you and your thoughts.
For years.
Okay, no, that was actually like hard, but I didn't expect Jinxie to say some like motivational ass shit like that. I feel like that's something I would hear in like a gym motivation clip, like a montage I'd listen to when I was like working out when I was 14. It's not how hard you get hit. It's not about how hard you get hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
So low, they didn't even register. 5 viewers, 10 viewers. It was a dream no one else could see.
Every great thing that you will ever achieve is brick by brick, day by day, night by night.
But the real question is, what exactly did he give up to reach number 1?
His fucking life?
Nicholas Stewart, or as we know him
today. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? Jinxie streams all day, bro. What? Look at that motherfucker's hours. Like, comparable to anybody else, dude, it's insane. I stream averagely like 100 to 120 hours a month. Like, this is my stream stats, right? Like, I stream 100 to 120 hours a month. Queso streams around like 96. I think Queso streams 4 hours, hard cuts it off. Bro, average hours streamed a month for Jinxie is in the 200s. Yeah, it's been a little less over the summer. But like, bro, 263, 261. What is that per day? 263 minus or divided by 3. That's 8.7 hours a day every day in a month, right? So like if you're like removing like weekends, I mean, he streams, I don't think he takes days off. At least often, right? Like this is over the last, what, like 3 weeks? 19, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2, 3. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So over the last 15 days, he hasn't taken a day off. Which, like, yeah, it's streaming, but, like, oh, he's actually been streaming a little less recently. I think that's good for him, bro. That's, like, a mental health thing, bro. I think streaming over, I will have the take that streaming over, I think Ron says the same thing at times, but I think Ron also streams a lot. Streaming over, like, 5 hours a day, every day, is unneeded. Like, unless you're first and foremost a streamer, there's no point in streaming, like, 12-hour days. Like, it makes sense for people like XQC or like Train or guys that kind of like live on Twitch. But if you are basically like spreading your wings across all social media platforms, streaming like 9 to 15-hour days is just insane. Like, why?
He wasn't chasing streamer awards. His first love was actually soccer. He played competitively for a local team called Everton FC in Florida.
Yeah, so did I. I played for the Purple Fighters.
And for a while, that was his entire world outside of school. As the mid-2010s rolled around, soccer wasn't his only obsession anymore. Like countless teenagers, he was sinking deeper into the world of video games. It started with the mobile game Clash Royale. Nick grinded his way up the ranks, even competing at the semi-pro level under the name...
Oh my god, Nick. Jinxie's name is Nick. I always... Yo... Isn't it so weird when you hear the real name of somebody with like a show name? Nicholas. Do you think he hates being called that? Should I just text him Nicholas? What's up, Nick? He'd be like, bro, what? What's your real name? Oh, I don't know. Joe Bartolozzi. What's my real name? Oh, it's actually John. No. But that's like the screen name for certain streamers gets just so ingrained. It's like, I know his real legal name isn't Jinxie, but I'm like, I never think of anything but like, oh, this guy's Jinxie.
It's no one Nick. By his junior year, the focus had once again shifted. He wanted to stream, so he created a new account, called it I Sweat Games, and for the first time, he hit go live on Twitch.
His first username was I Sweat Games.
Alright, what's up, guys?
Who the fuck? How did he find his first stream? Now that's mad weird. Now that's mad weird. How did he find his first stream? That doesn't even exist anymore. What do you mean? Bro, this is from like 8 years ago. Yo, where was this VOD? Like he saved this and posted it or something.
Let's go.
And the timing of this move was perfect, because 2018 was the year live streaming exploded into the mainstream. Fortnite was everywhere, pulling in millions of players and casual viewers. Streamers like Ninja, Tfue, and Daquan were becoming household names.
Nah, best year to get into streaming was 2020. 2020 to 2021, bro. That was like COVID. Nobody had anything to do, and I think small streamers had their peak then. Like most people that streamed during 2020, if you look at their Twitch tracker, they had the most viewers they ever had in 2020 to 2021. Because that was when, like, everybody was just watching, like, anyone. Now I think it's been, like, really split to where, like, the highest streamers get the most viewers because people don't want to just, like, stream bounce a lot. But you had nothing else to do for, like, 10 hours a day. So
Ninja's
you'd watch 20 viewer streamers.
collabs with Drake, Travis Scott, and Juju Smith-Schuster made headlines outside of the gaming world, putting Twitch in front of audiences who had never watched a live stream.
When did Ninja do the floss on New Year's Eve? I didn't see that live. I only saw clips of it, and I'm kind of upset about it. Because I don't watch the ball drop.
And that sudden surge of attention created space for new creators to break through. Now, I Sweat Games was short-lived. Nick dropped that username and started fresh as Jinxie, but starting then gave him a chance to grow with the platform. He just had to follow the usual playbook.
Do you go to school? I graduated high school last year, bro. I'm pursuing a career and becoming a full-time Twitch streamer and YouTuber.
To become
See, bro, I feel so split on when people say that. Because, like, most people would probably be like, bro, you're corny, you know? And I feel like he probably got that hate. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he had just graduated high school and he was streaming to no people, and they'd be like, what do you do? Like, you're like 18, bro. You just got out of college. Or not college, high school. Like, are you going to go to college? Are you going to try to go to... No, I'm going to be a Twitch streamer. Most people would be like, bro, figure it out, you know? I even got that shit at times. But I'm like, I think that's good to be that pursuant of your dreams. But I feel like Jinxie is also... I don't want to say don't do that, because obviously it worked for him, and I think it could work for anybody. But I think you should always have a backup. You know what I mean? Like, my take, whenever I hear somebody that's like, yeah, dude, just quit my job. I'm going to start up stream, making my account today. Huh? Huh? Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to pay rent next month. Maybe I'll fucking spark up some viewers. Huh? Quitting your job you've never even streamed before? Like, that's crazy. I think, like, you kind of want to, like, slowly pick up one, drop the other, and then transition to social media. I think he's also in a different position where he had, like, a year to try this out. But, you know, I always get worried for people because I don't want them to, like, not make it and then be in a slump. But then it's also, like, you know, I think putting all your eggs in one basket can go really good or really bad.
A top 1% streamer on Twitch, you really had to chase the biggest titles. And at that time, that game was Fortnite.
It's called Fortnite. It's free.
A new season rolled out. You had to be the first to show the viewers what was new. Be the first to find the bugs, the Easter eggs, to play the games in ways no one else was. And that's how you'd stand out.
Yo, we need that, my man. Hold on, chat. We need that.
But first, a quick word from our sponsor.
I'm going to have the take that I think being a personality on Twitch was easier in like 2018 than it is now. I think the competitive space now is a lot harder. There's more viewers to go around, which is an understandable counterpoint. But I think a lot of big streamers then played one game. It was rare. I think most streamers now are variety streamers. Most big streamers. They do a lot of shit. They play games. They do regular content. They plan things. It's like, even somebody like Queso, who just plays video games most of the time, is playing so many different games. Like, it was so common in 2018 for like 85% of the streamers you watch to either play only Call of Duty, only Apex, only Fortnite, only fucking Overwatch, only League of Legends, only whatever. Like, they never did anything else. It was just gamers, and they only played one game. And that's what you watch them for. Vanoss, YouTuber.
During today's video, and let's get back to it. But when Jinxie was faced with this playbook, he ignored it. Instead, he went all in on Rainbow Six Siege.
Dude, Siege is the greatest game on planet Earth.
Siege at the time was practically on life support. I mean, Rainbow Six was barely scraping past 80,000 average viewers on a good month. And when you compare it to Fortnite's 78.3 million active users each month, it becomes pretty clear. Siege was the wrong game to bet on.
Imagine not playing Rainbow Six Siege.
And yet, Jinxie stuck with it, because even with all its flaws, Siege was different.
My bet was on Knockout City when I started streaming. That didn't go as planned. That game doesn't exist anymore.
Strategize in ways that no other mainstream game did. But choosing such an unpopular game came at a price.
I'm 19. I'm pursuing a career and becoming a full-time Twitch streamer, full-time YouTuber.
By ignoring the industry's biggest titles, Jinxie made his uphill battle even steeper. On a platform already stacked against smaller streamers, he was cutting himself off from the easiest route to visibility, and
I highly disagree. Highly disagree. I think him going into Rainbow Six was an odd choice for sure. But trying to get into streaming and getting into streaming in the most popular gaming category is a hit or miss, because you're entering the most competitive space. Jinxie entering Rainbow as early as he did enabled him to climb better in that category, right? So if people liked Rainbow, they would like Jinxie. If you like Fortnite, you would watch Ninja or Tfue or like any other, you know, famous streamer of that game at that time.
Seemed to care about.
We stream every day. Most consistent Siege streamer there is, every single day.
For a year straight, Jinxie streamed Rainbow Six gameplay to an average viewership of just 5. And at times, it pushed him to the brink.
If I could just get 1 follower a day, I would be happy.
With so few people watching and stagnant growth, he seriously considered walking away from streaming altogether.
My friends, my teachers, guidance counselor just said like, oh, you're wasting your time. You're not going to be a streamer. It's a...
Yeah, and then you go up to them and you fucking hit a fat money spread up the arm. Jinxie makes what his teachers make that were making fun of him in 8 hours. In what they make in a year. Like, their yearly salary, Jinxie's making in less than a day. And those motherfuckers are clowning on him. Like, I think that's a different thing. Teachers, I think, should be obviously directive in a sense of, like, you know, hey, I think this is how I can help you best. But I think, like, punching down people's dreams as a teacher is, like, the wackest thing you could do.
Not realistic, that too.
As exhausting as it was, he kept streaming, day after day, doing what he genuinely enjoyed, holding on to the belief that maybe one day it would pay off.
5 viewers, he's grinding. He's on the grind.
As he got better at the game, the Siege community began to tune in. Slowly, 5 average viewers turned into 15. 15 became 50.
You guys are freaking crazy, bro.
And by June, his Twitch following had jumped from just 300 to over 3,000 followers.
Bro, we're at 993 viewers. Can we hit 1,000 viewers, bro?
But in the summer of 2021, he hit a wall. 1,500 average viewers. The reach of Rainbow Six had hit its limit.
Yeah, he hit a wall, but I think he did hit that wall because Rainbow at its time wasn't that popular. But even then, that's not a bad wall to hit, right? Like, you could be a full-time streamer on 1,500 viewers. There's so many, half of the guys I stream with, bro, like, I think, like, Puffer and Pezzy and a lot of those guys, they average around, like, 2-3K. I think Pezzy's around, like, 1,500. You could rip that. Like, that's easy. That's easy to fucking run that, you know, for years. If you can maintain that niche of a community. I averaged 1,500 viewers for a long time.
Most popular players in the space, and even having a personal charm in the game, no one outside of the Rainbow community cared enough to tune into the streams. For almost an entire year, Jinxie sat there, at 1,500 viewers, making enough money to not have a job, but not enough to really live a life.
How much do you think the average 1,500 viewer Twitch streamer makes? No YouTube content. I think, like, raw. It very much depends on how many subs they're getting. It really depends on how many subs they're getting, because and how many ads you're running. I would say the average 1,500 viewer streamer on Twitch is probably making like 10K a month. 10 to 20. Nah, 10. I'd go 10, not 20. 20's a lot. I'd go there making over 100K a year. If you're streaming like 100 hours a month with over 1,000 viewers, you're probably making like 10K a year. Or not 10K a year, 10K a month. Yeah, for sure. Are you fucking kidding me?
So one day, he woke up to thousands of new followers. He was confused at first, then checked TikTok. Someone had screen recorded his stream from the day prior and uploaded a short clip to TikTok.
How's that not enough to live? No, he said enough to live, but he's saying not enough to like, you know, live lavishly.
It was of him opening alpha packs in Rainbow, getting the same annoying rubber duck.
Oh my god, I remember seeing these clips of Jinxie where he was going for, what is it called? Jaeger Black Ice.
One had screen recorded his stream from the day prior and uploaded a short clip to TikTok. It was of him opening alpha packs in Rainbow, getting the same annoying rubber ducky charm 3 times in a row.
Another rubber ducky!
And this clip exploded on TikTok, raking in over 17 million views that day.
Oh, it's not real, it's a myth?
How many do you guys have?
When he started up stream later that day, that ceiling finally moved. Thousands poured in, and Jinxie's stream peaked at over 4,000 live viewers. It had been almost 4 years since he started streaming, and Jinxie had finally moved up a rung on Twitch's endless ladder.
5,000 viewers already. That is a Jinxie channel record.
But what no one could have guessed was how quickly he'd shoot towards the top from here. That viral clip was the light bulb moment. If one random highlight could pull thousands to his stream, what would happen if he started posting them himself? So he ramped up the content machine, launching new accounts on TikTok and YouTube, cutting together his rages, his highlights.
Every Jinxie video I see now, he's covered in like olive oil, just making like weird noises. Like fully shaven, like covered in oil, just like making like, just like face literally like this close to the camera.
Every day, dozens of accounts were pumping out Jinxie's reactions, funneling even more viewers straight to his streams.
We had 10,000 viewers!
By January of 2023, Jinxie had cleared over 500,000 followers on Twitch, then 750,000 in March, and just weeks later came the milestone every streamer dreams of. 1 million followers on Twitch.
I will say, I think most milestones for streamers are view counts rather than followers. Not that it doesn't matter, because it's still fucking awesome to hit that. But I think, like, people care how similar people care about a million subs on YouTube. I think people care about, like, hitting, like, 10K on Twitch in terms of, like, average viewers.
I'm calling my dad.
And it didn't stop there. Just days later, the sub counter rocketed past giants like XQC and Kai Cenat. Jinxie, streaming Rainbow Six Siege, was the #1 subscribed streamer on Twitch.
Yeah, he's the #1 most sub person on Twitch right now. Yeah, which is crazy, by the way.
I haven't gotten to watch him yet, but his TikTok seemed pretty funny.
Right now, until that low taper fade meme picks up a little bit more. Then we'll see who the real big dog is.
And at the 2023 Streamer Awards, he was crowned both the best gamer and breakout streamer of the year.
Because the biggest streamer in the world right now is a guy named...
Oh, I love Squeaks. I love Squeaks.
Gamer and breakout streamer of the year.
I'm sorry. Well, I think all these are great choices, but I do love Squeaks. I just got to throw that in there. Love Queso, and, you know, I don't really watch Black Boy Max, but...
Because the biggest streamer in the world right now is a guy named Jinxie. And for a full year, he streamed on Twitch to an average viewership of 2. It literally just started as an idea and a dream and a goal.
Yeah, he's streaming like 7-8 hours a day for 5 people. It's me, that's your bud. People. Man.
November 2019, 5 viewers.
Yeah, like look how flat that line is. Well, it looks so flat because his peak was so crazy. Like here, he was still averaging like 3K viewers. You know what I mean? Like this looks like, oh shit, nobody's watching him, then everybody's watching him. Like right here, still probably like fucking 15K. So in comparison, it just looks smaller.
Every great thing that you will ever achieve is brick by brick, day by day, night by night. December 2019, 5 viewers. It started off 5 years ago. 5! I'm pursuing a career and becoming a full-time Twitch streamer and YouTuber. January 2020, 5 viewers. The amount of mother that'll tell you that you can't do something because they can't imagine themselves doing something. If you have a dream, you have to protect that dream every single day when you wake up.
And you know the craziest shit too is the motherfuckers that were sitting there telling him it wouldn't work out and he would never make it. Then he did. And I guarantee you they immediately flip, double down. They either immediately flip and glaze or they double down and go, man, he got so lucky. I wish I could have a job like that. Yo, this shit's so low effort, so easy. Anybody can do it. Like, it's literally the direct opposites. It's just literally people that hate to hate. Like, actually switch it up like crazy, but not even a good switch up. It'll be like, yo, you're never going to make it. That shit's hard as fuck. There's literally no point. To, oh, dude, streaming so easy. You have the best job in the world. What are you talking about?
Bro, you cannot lose if you just don't give up. Literally, bro, the only way to lose is to give up.
The crazy thing is why this all worked in the first place. A generation ago, streamers lived and died by the games they played. If the game popped, so did they. But if it faded...
I still think that's very true even in modern times. Like, I understand what he's saying. Modern times, like, 5 years ago wasn't modern times. But I'm saying, like, recently. Like, a long time ago, 2016, 2018, if you were a streamer, you lived and died by the game. People still do that. Like, look at modern Fortnite streamers. They're fucking falling off like crazy. It's because the game's fucking dying. Like, hate to say it, the reason Fortnite streamers aren't doing well isn't because they're any less entertaining. It's because the game fucking is doing bad. Like, bad. Like, the game is continuously losing players, losing viewers, losing, potentiality for people to want to watch, because you're not going to want to watch a game that you don't like playing. You might watch games that you don't play, but you would play if you could, or you would just rather not and rather watch something. But, like, the majority of people that watch Fortnite streamers or, like, League streamers are also players. And if they stop playing, they stop watching.
Their careers went with it. Jinxie flipped that script. Siege was already on life support when he started, so his growth was never tied to the popularity of the game. The climb took longer, but it built a foundation that wouldn't...
I think Jinxie's popularity was slightly tied to the game, but I think he has a very heavy audience that still likes watching him for him. Top guy on any stream, you are dealing with all of the bullshit.
However,
Facts.
success often comes at a cost. In just a few months, he went from a random kid on Twitch to the internet's main character, and that meant his personal life wasn't really his anymore. Relationships, drama. Suddenly, it was all being dissected.
Yeah, more and more of your life gets put in the hands of other people. You kind of become like a cranked robot to a degree, where, like, the more when you're at the top like that, you basically are just like a puppet that people use for entertainment in some form or another, but at the end of the day, it's like, for you to appeal to an audience, you basically have to, like, bend to anything that they want to see. And then usually creators hit a point where they go, fuck this. And I think Jinxie did. And that's why, he had a dip in viewers, but I think he's still one of the biggest streamers of all time. And I think a lot of people clown on him for that. I fucking respect it, man. For him to, like, slightly abandon the game that he played for so long and want to be like, I'm just going to make the content I want to make, like, that's really hard to do. It seems easy, but, like, in his position, when he knows it's going to have a negative downside, like, monetarily for him, like,
dissected by millions of strangers. What was once private became part of the content machine, whether he wanted it to or not. And even inside Siege, not everyone was happy with Jinxie. Some of the OG players hated the new wave that he brought with him. They said his streams made the game less serious, that the culture was more about entertainment than strategy. The exact energy that revived Siege also made Jinxie a target within the game's most dedicated community. But that's the trade-off of internet fame. You work so hard to get everything you ever wanted, only to realize it comes with everything you never asked for.
I've been thinking about making this video for a very long time. I am retiring. I'm no longer going to be streaming, posting YouTube videos, posting TikTok.
When the fuck did he post this?
I feel like I lost all my love for it and passion for it. And now it's like, I just don't even want to stream anymore. So, thank you to all my supporters. And
this is an April Fool's joke.
This is goodbye.
And for Jinxie, the only way through was the same way he started. Keep pushing.
Psych! Part-time's Jinxie is gone. Starting tomorrow, I'm streaming every night, 7 p.m. to 12 p.m. I'm back on my 5-hour. Let's get it. Let's go. Click the sub button, click the like button, and let's do this for our mama and our little brother too.
He built his whole career on consistency, on showing up no matter what, and now that mindset was the only thing holding it all together. He began branching out, pushing his content far beyond the walls of Rainbow Six Siege. Jinxie hosted online dating shows, opened fan mail live on camera, and began IRL streaming with some of the biggest names on Twitch.
What the f you do? You're f***ing crushing.
Yeah, thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
This was actually the time period that I myself first became a fan of Jinxie. In early 2024, those clips of mukbangs...
Yeah. Bro, the queso collab where they were just, like, unboxing shit and just eating chicken nuggets. Like, the most unplanned.
With queso and cooking with Sketch started flooding my TikTok feed.
Was that part rusty, or trying to find out what the metal taste is there?
That is a funny ass. When they were doing the cooking streams together, that was a funny ass segment where they were just fucking it up constantly.
And I'll admit, I can't stand the cringy, over-the-top screaming reactions by streamers.
Dude, I think Sketch gets a lot of hate too because he's lost viewers, but I think Sketch is genuinely, like, more of a personality than a streamer, if I'm being real. Like, I think Sketch is just somebody that's entertaining to just show up anywhere. He's kind of like, he kind of is like a character in a TV show that like transitions between TV shows. Like, Sketch will just show up somewhere and everybody's like, oh, that's Sketch.
So
That's actually pretty funny. Anyways, this was the first time that I saw Jinxie be more of himself and less of an internet character. These clips, especially—
Oh my god, his gross ass loofah. I remember that fucking clip from that. I don't know if that was that stream. Oh.
Less of an internet character. These clips, especially the sketch, were hysterical and created trends far outside of the gaming community.
You're gonna need a frisbee to cover those pepperoni nipples.
These streams took Jinxie to an all-new high, averaging nearly 100,000 viewers per stream and peaking at 229,525 concurrent viewers.
Wow.
For perspective, Twitch as a whole maintains an average of 2.6 million active users at any given time, meaning Jinxie alone—
Yo, I'm like 0.001% of that. Rep.
Had 10% of the entire platform watching his stream. To Jinxie, this made it infinitely clear. His fans were watching for him, and no matter what he streamed, they'd be there. The mental barrier of streaming for performance was gone. Jinxie really just streamed whatever he wanted to. He still streamed Rainbow, but there was constantly new additions, some that even go all the way back to the beginning of this journey.
How long have you been streaming, honestly?
yeah,
when'd you start?
I've never even said this.
Oh, the full send pod? Oh, the full send pod? Get sendy with it?
Like, I was streaming when
I'll get sendy with it? Crack a happy, dad?
was
A full send?
freshman in high school. I was streaming when I was 15. So I've streamed on—
Oh, that was low-key sendy?
3 different accounts. I started off streaming Clash Royale.
Earlier this year, Jinxie hopped back onto the Clash Royale grind, streaming more and more of the content he used to stream to just an audience of 5. But this time, it wasn't the task of performing that was fueling the grind. The same game that lit the spark of his competitive drive was surging again in popularity, and it would be easy to chalk that up to timing or coincidence if the number—
Yo, can I make a bet on what Jinxie's next game is alongside of Clash Royale? Let's do an analytical deep dive here. Jinxie likes returning to games that he's played previously. And he also plays games that are typically not games that people stream. I'm going to go to what Jinxie streams. NBA 2K? No, he's never going to peep back to that shit. I feel like he'll still run Clash for a very long time because I think that game has like a long longevity. This is what he streams. Look at this. Fuck, oh my god. 9,800 hours in Rainbow, 688 Clash, 227 just chatting, and then it's immediately drop off. I think he plays FIFA, but I feel like he opens packs more than anything. He played only up for 22 hours. My god. What would be the next game he'll play? It's going to be like some multiplayer shit. He loves playing multiplayer games. You know what I would love to see? I think his viewers would hate it. And I don't think I would love the content, but I would love to see Jinxie get obsessed with League of Legends. I think that would be like that would be like the equivalent of like Tyler 1 era. Like, I think Jinxie would get really toxic in game, and it would be, oh my god. I think he would get banned from fucking League.
Numbers weren't there. In June, 8 out of the 10 uploads on Jinxie's channel were Clash Royale, with the game's player count jumping over 8.4 million in that exact same month. Whether he'll admit it or not, the moment he came back—
Wait, what? Since Jinxie switched to Clash Royale, it upped player bases by 8 million?
There. In June, 8 out of the 10 uploads on Jinxie's channel were Clash Royale, with the game's player count jumping over 8.4 million in that exact same month.
Oh my god, the creator code is going to, I'm reverting back to what I said. I think Jinxie's making $50,000 a day. I'm reverting back to what I was saying before. Bro, he individually brought 8 million players over to Clash.
Whether he'll admit it or not, the moment he came back, the game itself seemed to wake up too. And not just Clash Royale. Overnight, a surge of 800,000
He averages way less now, but his sub count's all the same.
Players jumped back into Clash of Clans, like it was almost a brand new release. And we were right there with him. But behind every stream, behind all the numbers and the noise, is the life that keeps him grounded.
You live with your parents, right?
Yeah, I live with like my mom,
my brother, my cousin.
Off camera, it's not about winning or losing in a video game. It's about family and the quiet moments that never make the highlight reel. A steady support system that's been there from the very beginning, reminding him who he is at the end of the day.
To me, family's all you really have in life. Like, you can have like money or fame or whatever, but at the end of the day, all that really matters is like the people you truly care about. So like, I have my whole life to go off and live by myself. I may as well spend as much time with my mom and dad while I can.
The success may look larger than life, but at its core,
Valid.
it's held together by simple, real-life anchors that fame can't touch. In today's world, it's almost routine to watch creators blow up overnight, only to lose pieces of themselves along the way. The fame, the number, the pressure, it changes people. But Jinxie never let those pieces slip away. He held onto them tightly. The laughter, the humility, the roots that shaped him. And more than anything, he kept close the relationship that mattered the most. His dad.
I've nothing but like the highest thanks to my dad. When I was like 17 years old and I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, my dad was the person who told me to just go for it, and he said, "You'd be good at it."
There's Jinxie, there he is. See him, chat, right there. There's Junko.
I created my...
Aww. Yeah, that's literally like the best dad, bro. Like full supportive of your son.
Twitch account in 2019. I had one viewer for an entire year. That one viewer was my dad. He was in every stream, always hyping me up, and he never stopped believing in me. When you have somebody in your corner that's your dad and they believe in you from the jump, what else do you need? Call to my dad.
Yo.
Dad, I just hit 1 million.
No, I'm watching.
Oh, you're in?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm so happy I can't feel my arms.
I can't even feel my arms.
I think the story that is Jinxie is far from over, but in its own way, it's come full circle. From the late nights of streaming to a few viewers, to teachers saying he would never make it, to now living the exact way he's always dreamt of, he's always been one thing. Himself. And yeah, the sacrifices were real, but if you asked him today whether he'd do it all over again, I don't even think there'd be a pause. The answer would be simple.
What the fuck did he just say there? That was a fucking awesome video. I'll sub to them. I love that his dad is supporting him from the beginning. Not many kids get that push of support he got. Oh, for sure, bro. In a day, TikToks are insane.
TikTok what I eat in a days have genuinely gotten out of control.
What you guys are today for a little snack for dinner? I wanted to have something sweet, so I got 2 boxes of the crumble cookies, you guys.
That is a fucking heart attack. Brooke literally just got me 4 of those cookies, and they taste good as hell, dude. I eat one of those, and I feel fucking disgusting after. Like, I'm happy to eat them, and I enjoy eating them, but, dude, one of those cookies is, what, like 600 calories more? And that's what? That's a box of 2 boxes of 8? 16 crumble cookies. I think if I ate 16 crumble cookies in one sitting, I would die. They're 1,000 calories. How much is a crumble cookie? Over 800. The semi-sweet chocolate one's like 700. Just so much saturated fat. It's just a heart attack. I don't actually think, I don't think anybody actually eats like this, though. Can I say that? I understand there's people that are overweight and there's people that are obese, but I genuinely don't believe that there's anybody that orders 8 crumble cookies and eats them casually. I feel like a lot of it's for content. Because there's like, I don't want to say it's like a fetish or anything, but like the amount of people that love watching like mukbangs and watch people get morbidly obese. Like there are people that enjoy watching YouTubers like delve down this rabbit hole of like pure unhealthy dog shit. And no, seriously, like there are millions of views. Like there's 20 different YouTubers that make mukbangs, and not like regular mukbangs, like mukbangs where they just eat shit and just hordes of shit. It's not anything they would regularly eat, but it's like the content they make and it's how they make money, so they do it. But then they just start fucking gaining weight rapidly. Nikocado Avocado? Yeah.
Honestly,
I mean, not anymore. He's like healthier now, but
nothing could have prepared me for these meals these morbidly obese people are eating. And honestly, I was just left disgusted by the absolute gluttony on show. And I want to start by looking at the diet of the up-and-coming creator known as James Bowler, who loves to show off his little snacks, as he calls them.
What you guys today for breakfast for a little snack?
We're gonna whole box of Twinkies. Does he actually just eat all of them on camera, though? There's no way.
Have a whole box of Twinkies and some milk. Let's get started. These are literally like my favorite snack. I can swallow them whole. The second one.
Bro, why do people want to watch this though? Is there no seriously? Because it's not ASMR, you know? That's why I was saying it has to be like some weird, like the moaning. I'm telling you, bro, it has to be like some fetish content. Like there's no way, because I get the appeal of ASMR, where like somebody eats something that makes like a weird crunchy noise. Bro, what's that? You know that ASMR where they be drinking like slurp juices? Like this. That's satisfying. That's satisfying to watch. I get that. But that's not like necessarily unhealthy. It's just like this guy drinks stuff that's like satisfying in these weird tubes and stuff, and it's like cool to watch. But there's like that, and then there's just like actually just watching somebody eat a box of fucking Twinkies. Like it's not...
And I mean, before we get into what he eats, it's pretty impressive that James doesn't actually fit into the frame of his camera. Like, he's literally so wide, we can't see how wide he is. But back to what he eats, in what world is this a light snack? 2 boxes of Twinkies with a glass of milk has around 3,800 calories, and James is just literally...
And just straight fat and sugar, man.
...inhaling them. And honestly, just making the most disgusting...
Dude, he's panning into it, though. There's no way he just makes that noise when he's eating it. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's moaning. This is just fat shaming. He's being rude, yeah. The point that he's trying to make of this being bad is not fat shaming. When he was like, he's so wide he doesn't fit in a frame, that's fat shaming. But, no, that is fat. Making fun of somebody because they're fat is fat shaming. Pointing out the fact that they're eating unhealthy and they're going to fucking die because they're eating unhealthy is not fat shaming. I've always said that. Right? There's a difference between being like, hey, this is terribly unhealthy, and then, hey, making fun of somebody because they're fat.
Noise as well doing so.
Yes, I got 2 because every time I finish these, those me quitan antojo, so I got 2 boxes. Remember, Balance is key. We're gonna be having a meal like this. Balance is key. Like, so we have some water. I wasn't gonna do Diet Coke, but I was feeling a little spontaneous today, so
it's rage bait content. I really do believe it's rage bait content. I don't think he actually thinks this. There's no way he thinks a bottle of water is balancing out the crumble cookies that he's eating. You know, like it's to annoy people to bait engagement, which gains views and money. Like that's what it is.
Have some water.
Make sure you have some water.
Okay. Next we have the molten lava. Oh, look at that, you guys. You're killing me. Oh. Next we have the holiday birthday cake cookie. Oh my god.
And this is
right, that one looks pretty fucking good. No, that one looks pretty fucking good. Yeah, the moaning is really upsetting, right?
And this is a genuine question. Like, is this just some sort of fetish content? I just don't...
That's what I'm saying! What's with the moaning? What's with the moaning? Why we're eating a box of crumble cookies? It's like there's not a second of like silence.
I don't understand who this content is aimed at, and honestly, it's just sad to watch. I actually originally thought it was all rage bait, and there was no way that...
Oh no, I think it is. I think it's a mixture. I think it's like 80% rage bait and then 20% fetish content. Like that's because there's no, this isn't ASMR, right? There's no mic. He's recording on his phone. It's not like he's like eating it next to the camera or something.
Would actually eat this stuff day in and day out. But then you look at the size of him, and he clearly is. And he uploads one of these videos pretty much every single day.
Well, I think that's probably the cause, right? Like you could eat healthy outside of this and you would still gain weight. Like if you're eating 3 caramel cookies on camera, that alone's 1,800 calories. That's like a day's worth of calories.
Today for a little snack.
Like even just that. Like, dude, outside of this, he could just be eating straight salads and he'd still gain weight.
Snack for dinner. I wanted to have something sweet, so I got 2 boxes of the crumble cookies, you guys. I'm so excited. Let's get to This is the first box, you guys. Oh, look at that. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Yeah. The first one we have is the s'more brownies cookie. Look at that, you guys. Oh my god. Oh, that looks so good.
If you were curious about the calorie content of these crumble cookies, it's around 8,600 calories. And there's actually a guy that follows James and comments on pretty much every post he makes with a macro breakdown of what he eats. So this crumble
Macro guy here, I just fell to my knees at all these. I have a family. I need James to start sticking to a diet. 432 grams of fat. Bro, that just clogs your arteries. 627 grams of sugar.
cookie feast had over
You had speed running a heart attack.
627 grams of sugar and 432 grams of fat, and like I said, over 8,600 calories. And this is just beyond sickening, and it's actually a joke that Instagram allowed James to keep his platform and get paid for it. James is without a doubt eating himself to death, and the comments on his video.
Yeah, I mean, it's not on the same severity, but like, obesity is a food addiction. Like, that's what it is. Like, and it's one of the hardest I don't want to try and compare addictions, but the problem, and I've said this before, I'll say it again. The problem with food addictions is if you're addicted to crack, you stop doing crack, right? And it's really hard to get off of crack, but you stop doing crack. If you're addicted to food and you use food as a coping mechanism, you can't just stop eating. You need to eat to survive. So it's like, the limiting of that is really, really hard. Yeah, like stress eating as well. It's like, it's a mixture of stress eating and then just poor diet.
But know this as well.
Like, poor diet and eating bad doesn't equate to morbid obesity. It's like a level of like binge eating.
Unfortunately, this dude is literally eating himself to death. He's no doubt a diabetic and on his way to a massive heart attack. With so many people out there struggling to beat cancer and all kinds of ailments, this guy is killing himself in the name of food. Incredibly very sad. The worst part about James is that brands and restaurants have actually started inviting him to their places, presumably offering him free food for a good review. Now I have to say, why would any restaurant want him to review their food? It seems like James would eat
publicity,
absolutely anything and give it a 10 out of 10.
Mood, you guys, we're right here at Juice Time in Southern California, and we're here to try out their sweets. Mood. These are the first two. I think these are smoothies. This one was one of my faves. It tasted like cotton candy. This is a Dubai chocolate cup strawberry. 10.
Yeah, that shit looks fucking disgusting. Yo, that shit looks fucking disgusting. Oh my god. The Fruit Loops on the fucking... Yo, this actually just looks like straight sugar slop. This is like somebody just trying to be like, yo, this tastes really good. It's just packed with sugar. It's just, there's no part of this that's appealing.
I think these are smoothies. This one was one of my faves. It tasted like cotton candy. This is the Dubai chocolate cup strawberry. 10 out of 10, you guys. Everything is homemade. These are the mini pancakes. We have the Biscoff mini pancakes. 10 out of 10. They're Dubai chocolates. So big, you guys. 10 out of 10, you guys.
I suppose actually he is a good reviewer because none of the food will go to waste. But I just can't see how anyone...
Alright, now, like, I understand the point in, like, documenting the what I eat in a day TikToks, but, like, now we're just, like, tossing in jabs. Like, that's rude.
I would look at James and want to eat what he eats. In fact, I would be staying well away from anything that he eats. James also isn't the only one who's making a big impact on Instagram. And actually, there's thousands of fat people sharing their What I Eat in a Day videos.
Everything I eat today as a fat girl.
This is Brandy Lee Snacks, who is unsurprisingly followed by...
Bro, who are the two fucking streamers that are gaining traction now? It's like, I understand it's like people laugh at it because it's funny, but it's like, dude, it's concerning. Like, that, yeah, Jay Bullen. And he acts like he's passing out. Yeah, Tismala and Jay Bullen. And they'll eat it and they'll go, oh! And they'll fall asleep or something. But it's like not, like it's a bit, but it's like, dude, like they're getting paid. And so it promotes that. But it's like, you know, I get why they do it. Like, I don't think they're in the wrong, but it just sucks.
James Buller.
Because it's like, now there's no motivation. Like, it's like, hey, Now we're getting money to eat like shit.
On Instagram, and she loves to share what she eats in a day, and actually starts every single day with a donut dipped in milk, just to make sure that she has the worst possible breakfast every morning.
Kayla for the 1,000 buddies. I don't eat the best that I could stand to lose some weight. I just finished Kate watching. This makes me want to start a diet tomorrow. I mean, if you want to diet, you want to diet. I have no problem with I don't make fun of people for their weight and how they look. I always say, as long as you're healthy, that's what matters. You know, outside of that, if your blood test comes back and your blood pressure's fine, who gives a fuck? You know, like that's what matters, right? If your cholesterol levels are fine, if your blood level's fine, whatever, you know, like somebody being like slightly overweight, there's nothing wrong with that, right? But like morbid obesity is different, where if it's like you're like 5'8" and 400 pounds, like that's like putting stress on your heart. Like you're gonna die when you're 35, right? Like that's the difference. I would assume you're still fine. Like I still eat cake. I still eat, you know, the fucking, what are those gancitos? Those are fucking good as hell. I eat those too much. But like, dude, like you can, I would say the biggest thing is like having a week's worth of calories. Like you have to fit that, like having, you know, 3 days of eating really healthy and then having a day where you have a bowl of ice cream or cake or something, that's fine. It's just like, you need a match. Like there has to be a level of consistency. And then you have days where you could take like, hey, I'm going to eat a bunch of cookies or brownie or whatever it is, you know. Gancito mentioned, those are good as fuck, man.
Iced chocolate milk. Like, look at that.
Looks like a dry ass. Look at that. Looks like a dry ass fucking baked good. Oh my god.
Like,
that does not.
look at that.
Well, it's a good thing she got sugar-free syrup, because I was just thinking she was eating a lot of food, but that should balance it out.
And why are we dipping everything in milk?
Oh my god. These cookies are amazing.
I don't know. I think it shouldn't. How do you fix this, right? Because it's like, if they're making these videos that are a minute long and they're getting paid for them, you know, they're making fucking $100 a video. Like, why would they not want to do it? But you can't demonetize that because they're not really breaking TOS. Like, they're just eating food.
That jeans was nicely done.
The shits are insane. Oh my god, the diarrhea, bro.
Oh my god.
Straight diarrhea. Going into that bathroom. Liquid shits. Liquid shits later, bro.
She says she's starving.
It's on this level of self-harm. Yeah, but you can't. No, because if somebody... You can't, no, you couldn't put that in TOS because it would be discriminatory. Because then if I on stream ate 10 Twinkies, people would be like, damn, that's bad. Like Jinxie. Jinxie lost the Roblox 1v1 with me. He drank a 2 liter of Sprite. That's like 300 grams of sugar. That's self-harm. It's not TOS, but it's like, if you see somebody that's morbidly obese doing it, then it's now considered that. Like, you know what I mean?
Despite eating about 2 days worth of calories, and honestly...
Roblox? Oh, no, Rocket League. Sorry.
It isn't surprising.
It's because I was playing Roblox with Steak.
And for one, when you're that big, you're going to need more food to feel full because her stomach will be physically larger. And 2, she had...
I don't think it's the stomach. I don't think it's stomach physically being larger. It's you're not consuming an amount of food that's going to make you feel full. You're eating high caloric density, low dietary fiber foods. Your shits are going to be rock hard. You're always going to feel like you need more.
So many calories from sugar.
You're going to digest it so fast.
And carbs that her blood sugar will be spiking and then crashing, which is leading her to be more hungry.
Your stomach gets bigger. Yeah, when you eat amounts of food, it's volume.
Than if she ate whole meals and a high protein diet. The comments in this video weren't happy with her either. That's like 2 days of food. Stop making all this normal. There's
more than 2 days of food. It's like 6,000 calories.
Nothing normal All this sugar is poison. Health is the most important thing we have. This is literally self-harm. Someone even commented defending her, saying that she isn't normalizing this much food, but the trouble is that she's doing exactly that. By posting these videos, there will be other people saying this who eat like her, and when they see other people doing it online, it...
Thought I was done eating for the night. You make me hungrier. Were those hard-boiled eggs topped with CC? Or deviled eggs?
People doing it online, it normalizes it to them and makes them feel like they don't.
You know the type of food videos that I like? Brooke put me on. It's this teacher that eats the most disgusting shit every day for fucking lunch, bro. She'll make like onion cups and like this pizza with like mayo on it. Oh my God, it's disgusting. But it's like interesting to watch because it's not unhealthy food. It's just stuff that's like, I don't want, why? Courtney? Yeah, everybody just knew. Oh my God, it's so gross. It's like, it'll be like soup dumplings, and then just with like onion cups, I'm like, yo, that room has to stink. Like the students in that room, when she breaks out her lunch Tupperware bin, probably be like, what's her name? Yeah, I know her name's Courtney, but I need to like look up.
Life did not.
Oh, here it is. Courtney Cook. I need to find one that's like gross, because she does make good food, but like some of them, it's just like, oof. It's like, oof.
Happy Monday. Okay, I have a big old sweet potato. Holy crap. Yeah.
This is just lunch.
Some green onions, some butter. Oh, Buddha K. What is that? Almost. Pick them up. Oh.
Just eating a potato. Just eating a potato and onions, bro. Like what is that called? Like a Baltic breakfast. I love watching those too. Some dude with just a bunch of onions and shit, and you just like, just munching on them.
Won't need to change. If Brandy wants to literally kill herself eating that much food, then she should be allowed. But she shouldn't be allowed to be monetized on these platforms for it. And
I get that point where it's like you shouldn't be able to be paid for it, but I mean, there's so much worse shit that people get paid for on content. So.
Although Brandy only has 160,000 followers.
It's like if you demonetize this, you have to demonetize anything that's bad for you. And then like half of content in general is not monetizable.
Adi Gutierrez has almost double that follower count and seems to have an even worse diet.
What I ate today as a baddie. Cereal for breakfast.
I mean, again, she's just another influencer starting the day off with a massive bowl of sugar. I get cereal's convenient, and a lot of people watching this video will probably eat it, but just take...
Yeah, I used to eat cereal every day before school.
Some time to look at...
Something you gotta grow out of, though. I think, like once you're out of high school and you're eating... You can't be eating, like, just straight, like, Cocoa Pebbles for breakfast. That's, like, a dessert thing. I eat cereal for dessert now. Starting the day, bro, you gotta be eating, like, egg whites, bagel, you know, some shit like that. Fruit, if you want sugar. Not like, or cereal, yeah, like Weetabix. Or even like mini wheats, bro. Like, that's like better, at least. You're getting like good calories.
How much sugar is in your breakfast?
Starting the day with a bowl of Trix
cereal, and I can guarantee you will be surprised. Like I said before, eating this sugary cereal is an awful start to your day, and it'll just leave you feeling hungry later. And then to make things worse, she has about 4 portions of it in just that one bowl.
Good morning, baddies.
Double Red Bull.
Sugar-free, of course.
Yeah, I gotta say, the original Red Bull flavor is fucking ass. It is so bad. And Red Bull did a great job marketing-wise with, like, relating Red Bull to, like, sports and, like, energy and, you know, even, like, most alcoholic drinks at bars, like, mixed drinks, like, shots and shit, use Red Bull. So, but that's also one of the reasons I hate it. Like, if I'm drinking and I smell Red Bull, it's not that bad. But if I'm, like, sober and I smell just a regular Red Bull, I'm thinking of Jaeger bombs. And that shit, fucking gross. Gross. Sugar-free Red Bull, no. And the original flavor is just bad. What is that?
I made a quesadilla with hot Cheetos and hot mac and cheese. Hot. Olipop.
Now, before she's even got changed out,
Oh, that balances it out. That has prebiotics.
Out of her pajamas, she's probably honestly had about 2,000 calories in just an absolute mess of food. And I don't know if this is an American thing, but who puts Cheetos into a quesadilla? Now, it's a good thing she has those 2 Red Bulls because her
Dude, I've done that before. There was this, I went back when I used to do TikTok more. Dude, there was this one time I got home from a bar drunk and I felt unhealthy, so I just ate like 2 raw green bell peppers, and I was like, yeah, that'll probably balance it out. That'll probably balance it out. I had 2,000 calories worth of fucking alcohol.
energy levels will
that'll probably do my stomach right.
be absolutely through the floor by the time it gets to dinner time.
Red. For dinner, I have some steak and some taters.
Yeah, can we eat it? Can we eat it with a fucking fork and a knife, bro? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Oh my god. Is that butter? Is that just butter, or is that... Wait, no, that's mashed potatoes.
SpongeBob. Delicious.
Now, is it just me that gets pissed off watching that? It's just the absolute height of gluttony, and it's honestly just gross to watch. And again, the comments are absolutely brutal on this post, with people asking if she's trying to have a stroke, and another even asked if this was a standard American diet.
Yup, that's how that's how everybody eats.
Now, I know this isn't the standard American diet, but actually 40% of Americans are obese, so it has to be at least...
Yeah, but bro, even the average obese American doesn't eat like that. The average obese American just eats like an extra meal of the day that's like ultra processed and unhealthy. Like, I feel like dieting is really hard, but like it's just a matter of cutting out like the shit, right? Like, people just don't eat fucking... Dude, just swap shit out. It's like people are like, oh, well, I don't want to diet, I'm hungry. But I'm like, you're hungry because you eat like fucking shit. Like, swap out the bad stuff for like vegetables, man. Like, if you eat 2 cups of cooked broccoli, you're full for so long, you know? But if you're eating a fucking processed sandwich of sorts with like white bread, meat, cheese, and then fucking just like mayo, you know, and then on top of that, you're having like a bag of chips. Like, that's gonna fucking flood right through you.
Similar to what a lot of people are eating. Now, the reason I get annoyed at these videos isn't just because of the fat. And despite...
Does the FDA even do their job? Dude, the FDA just ensures that shit is like safe to eat. They don't really like restrict people. And even on that, the FDA is so loose with US rules. Like, the majority of the stuff that we have is like highly processed with like chemicals and other preservatives that other countries can't have.
What people online might think, I don't hate fat people. I get annoyed at these videos not just because they're normalizing these awful diets, but because they're being rewarded for it too. Like I showed with James Bowler before, not only do they get free meals, but they get paid by these platforms in the form of ad revenue. Addy has over 300,000 followers on Instagram and over 500,000 on TikTok, posting pretty much every day on these platforms. So it isn't a stretch to imagine that she'll be earning multiple thousands.
No, she ain't making that much money, bro, and I'm sure of it. I did short form, bro. She ain't making fucking 30 grand posting these videos, dude. 7,000 likes. 7,000 likes. That video probably made $15. That video made about $15. Like, you're not... Short form media pays about fucking ass. Nothing. 7,000 likes, dude. 7,000 likes on a minute video. Even if you had like 200k views, $40. Tops. Probably like 5.
Over 300,000 followers on Instagram and over 500,000 on TikTok, posting pretty much every day.
Yeah, 200,000 views on a minute-long video. What I ate in Disneyland. She's not even making the money back for what she paid for the stuff. I mean, you know, granted, she's writing it off if she knows what she's doing. So she's writing off the food that she's eating because she's filming it for a video. But still, it's like, it's not offsetting the fact that you're still just like burning money
on these platforms. So it isn't a stretch to imagine that she'll be earning multiple thousands a month. And then other people with poor...
40 cents per 1,000 views. Carson, if you think that anyone is getting 40 cents per 1,000 views on any platform, even YouTube, you are widely mistaken. Mr. Beast would be the richest man in the world if he got paid 50 cents per 1,000 views. Are you crazy?
Diets will see this.
Most of the time, like, my CPM, wait, actually, no, I think you're right. 50 cents per 1,000 views on TikTok is crack. It's probably like 3 cents, 2 cents, maybe a penny What do I get on YouTube? It varies by video. How do I see that? Yeah, CPM on YouTube anywhere is between like four and like 8. So like $4 1,000 views.
And start recording.
That's YouTube on hour-long videos. On TikTok, regular CPMs gotta be like less than a penny.
On themselves eating, thinking that they can make money while eating. And then the only way they get attention by doing this is by eating bigger and bigger meals, which just puts more strain on the health and society. And then when people like Addy get more money, it's pretty obvious what to spend it on.
Facebook pays hella good then, that's what I make. Meta pays more. On Facebook in general, they just jam ads, and the ads are more valuable because the audience is older, and older people buy more products. The older your audience, the more money you make for ads.
What I ate
16-year-old's a lot less likely to buy a product than a 35-year-old.
today as a fatty.
Good morning, fatties. I got a core power and Heavenly Hunks cake batter flavor. So that's my breakfast. We got In-N-Out.
Yo, but who's literally hype as fuck? Like, yo, the In-N-Out videos, the In-N-Out video just released. Oh my god, I can't wait to watch 3 minutes of just straight silence and... Oh my god, you guys. Oh my god, you guys. This triple-decker burger. Oh, it's so good. Like, why would you want to watch that? Bro, the noises make me frustrated. Like slurping. Ew. Ew. That's some shit. Yo, this is the motherfucker that's ordering. Yo, when we did that Doug challenge and a motherfucker ordered Frank's fries at Taco Bell, that looks gross. That looks fucking disgusting. No, actually, if you ever have the money and you want to do some dumbass challenge with your friends, do the Doug challenge. Go, yo, I'll have what the person in front of me ordered. And I guarantee you 8 out of 10 times they're going to order the most gross ass meal. Bro, what happened to a motherfucker ordering just a regular burger? What is that? What is that? What is that pink slop on top of those fries? Those are wet. You're dumb as fuck. That looks so good. Yo, that's the problem with the United States, man. Genuinely. Genuinely. You think that looks good. Dude, those fries look bland as hell. They're covered in cheese sauce and they're wet.
They always stick together anyway.
Your mother's so old that her breast milk is powdered. You breastfeed like this.
We got a hot cocoa beignet and a peppermint candy beignet. Let's taste them. Here's one. Don't like it already. Okay. Okay, hot cocoa. That one's pretty good. Trying a normal beignet, but they've been sitting for like an hour or two, so they're not that good. Okay, well that was it for my very short and sweet what I eat in a day.
Notice how none of the food she ate this day is home cooked. And that is something that she does all the time.
Bro, I don't think it needs to be home cooked, bro. That shit just looks... Bro, that is actually just fucking slop.
Because she can afford to eat out all the time.
That looks so bad. Yo, I'm getting mad at the chatter that said that looked good. I'm sorry. Yo, those look like the worst fries ever. They're fucking pale. They look frozen. They look cold. They're sticking together. Dude, are you insane? Those look so bad.
The sad thing about a lot of these accounts is that people actually support them. And it isn't just other obese people who want this unhealthy lifestyle normalized, but it's actually people that get turned on by it. I found one account during the research of this video by a guy who said he was taking his fitness journey seriously, while literally bragging and holding his belly, showing off how fat he'd gotten. And the comments in the video are all love hearts and calling him perfect, while he's literally killing himself by eating massive amounts of food. And although this guy's videos are clearly fetish content, the video that Addy and the others make also feed people's frankly disgusting fetishes, although maybe not directly, but it's still...
It also is like a snowballing effect of people compare their health to those around them a lot of the time. And if everybody around you is absurdly unhealthy and you're also witnessing these people be really, really unhealthy online, it actually makes you feel better about your own health. In like a weird Schadenfreude, you know, pleasure from other people's pain. You're witnessing this person like eat themselves to death and you're like, oh, you know, maybe I'm not that unhealthy.
Just as bad. It's blatantly obvious too, because when they post a video that doesn't go viral, the only people that are commenting are from men just posting heart eye emojis about her. And I mean, a feederism fetish has got to be one of the worst that I can possibly imagine. I just can't imagine finding somebody eating their body weight in food attractive at all.
What I ate today as a fatty. For breakfast, we got cookies.
I don't know. I think, like, the fat phobia of seeing somebody post this and then making fun of their weight isn't what should be said, right? I think a problem with the social media trends today is, like, when you see this type of stuff, it's like, okay, well, obviously you shouldn't be like, you go, girl, you know, eat the 5,000 calories. You at the same time shouldn't make fun of them, right? Because it's like, that's fucking weird, right? But it's like, hey, like, you should probably stop eating like this. You know, like, that this is gonna kill you at some point.
So good. Pizza. The edges are
like in the same sense, bro. Like, if I smoke, bro, y'all don't make fun of me, but you're like, that's bad, right? It's bad, right? Smoking causes cancer, right? If I smoke weed, that's bad for me, right? I'll say that. But it's like, there's a difference between, like, being fat phobic and then being like, hey, this is unhealthy.
Crispy, but you know, it's a little limp. We're just gonna like fold it up.
Like, Addie there is just eating donuts and fried chicken for breakfast with what I'm assuming is a full sugar drink. Probably over 1,000 calories in the meal. And people find that attractive? I'm picking on Addie here because she's one of the most popular in the niche. But she doesn't actually have as insane meals as some other people who post their what I eat in a days, like Heather Ryan does on TikTok. Does anyone believe that she only had one piece of chocolate?
Every shoe, every color. Yeah, when you're famous, it can be kind of fun.
What's in that, dude?
Shoe, every color. Yeah, when you're famous, it can be kind
of
fun. It's really you, but no one ever discovers. In some ways, you're just like all your friends. But on stage, you're a star. You get the best.
Now this is weird because it looks like she just had cheese balls with sweet potato fries, and then a big sundae to finish it off. Like, there's actually no real meal in there. But this isn't the end of the world, as long as she doesn't have too much food afterwards.
Bro, it's like, I don't know. Like, this isn't, are these mozzie sticks? What is that? Like, the potatoes and the peas aren't that unhealthy. Like, I mean, they're seasoned, maybe covered in butter, but, like, that's not bad.
Never mind. And if anyone was wondering, she actually had 18
egg rolls. They looked a little thin to be egg rolls.
Potatoes on that plate. Heather seems to think that her massive weight is a bit of a joke as well, and actually seems proud about the fact that she eats this much food.
I want my ladies to show.
I think, dude, and that's what I'm saying. I think there's a difference between being proud of your body and then being, like, being aware of the health thing, right? Like, I don't think anybody that's overweight should feel ashamed in their body, right? As long as you're healthy, that's all that matters. But it's like, don't sit there and then eat 5,000 calories on camera and be like, I'm doing fine. Like, no, that's bad.
Off their jawline.
You shouldn't be proud of being unhealthy. Well, there's a difference between people that are just overweight and then unhealthy, right? Like, being, like, 30 pounds overweight doesn't mean that you have heart problems. But then it's like, okay, now you're eating 6,000 calories a day. That's going to kill you.
If you laugh, you go into hell.
She will probably be over 350 pounds at this point and shows no signs of caring about losing weight. So, as sad as it is to say, I wouldn't be surprised if she suffers a medical emergency.
But it's just hard, man. Like, if you have, like, a friend that's, I mean, whether it be you, I'm not making fun of you, chat, genuinely. Like, if you're overweight, I've seen no problem with it. But it's like, from the perspective of a friend, like, you probably know somebody in your life that's overweight. It's hard to bring that up to them because it's like, they're going to perceive it as being judged, you know, when you're perceiving it as, like, caring. It's like, I don't want to say it's easier. It's never easy to bring up, like, a friend's addiction. But it's like, I honestly think it'd be easier to be like, hey, man, you should stop doing cocaine. versus like, hey man, you're kind of fat. Because like, imagine from that person's perspective, like if you're like somebody that does a bunch of cocaine and your friend comes to you and they're like, you should stop doing coke, you'd probably go, you're right, man. Versus your friend coming up to you and being like, hey man, I'm kind of concerned, you know, you're getting pretty heavy, and like that's getting to a point where like you might have a heart attack at a young age, you might get diabetes. Like your friend, there's no nice way to bring that up. You know what I mean? Like, how do you nicely bring up to your friend that like you think they're gonna die young because they eat too much? You can't. Like, so you just sit there and it's like, you know, like you love the friend, but it's like, what do you say? So you want them to lie? No, you just don't bring it up. That's the problem. So then everybody sits there and you watch that happen, right? Whether it be you or your other friends, your friends are like, I'm letting you know if that's you, your friends know, and they've talked about it, right? I'm being dead ass. If that's you, right, your friends want to bring it up to you, but they don't. Not because they don't care. It's just like, how do you, in a non-rude way, tell your friend you think they're getting to an unhealthy level of weight? You can't.
In the near future. Honestly, I haven't got
That's so sad. It's a problem in the US, man. Like, you just can't bring it up.
much else to say about these fat TikToks. I just find them disgusting, and I seriously hope that TikTok and Instagram stops these creators from being able to monetize themselves eating massive amounts of food and normalizing obesity.
Because they know, you know, it's not like they're oblivious to it. It's like, so it's like you're just bringing something up that's like, it's just going to come off as rude. Like if you have a friend that gains 50 pounds in 2 years in just fat, like not muscle, like you're going to witness that and you're going to be like, oh, wow. Like you're like in your head, you're going to go, you know, you should probably lose weight. But like, you're not going to say that to them because that's fucked, right? It's like, even if you're coming from a caring perspective,
I will say it is
gotta be real with them. I mean, yeah, but it's just like, I get it being tough.
Just Instagram and TikTok that allow this now. YouTube actually demonetized my video about the craziest meals in my 600-pound life because they want to steer people away from
Telling your friend that's addicted to cocaine is the same thing. No, see, here's the problem. You tell your friend that they're addicted to cocaine and they need to stop. They could just stop. But if you tell your friend that you think they're overweight, then they're gonna feel they're gonna feel like insecure eating around you. You know what I mean? Like anytime they ever eat unhealthy around you, they're going to feel insecure, right? They're going to feel like you're judging them, right? Even if you're not, right? That's the problem. It's like if you tell your friend you should stop doing cocaine, he's going to be like, yeah, I should probably stop doing cocaine. And you could judge him when he does coke. You could be like, you shouldn't do that, right? And now imagine you tell your friend, hey man, like I'm getting concerned about like your weight. Like I think you should lose weight. Then you and him go out to eat fucking 3 months from then, and he orders like cheesecake for dessert. In the back of his head, he's going to be like, this guy's judging me.
making this type of content. It just means
quitting cocaine isn't that easy. I know, dumbass. I'm saying it's easier to fucking judge somebody for doing coke than it is for fucking eating a cheesecake, okay? I'm saying, like, do you understand the point that I'm trying to make? I'm saying your friend's not going to feel insecure when it like your friend already knows coke's terrible, right? If you're doing cocaine, you know that's fucking horrible for you. But if you're eating a cheesecake, you could reasonably be like, all right, that's not bad for me. Even if you're like on a diet, right? People that are losing weight still eat bad here and there, right? You're giving yourself a cheat meal, right? But they're constantly going to feel like bad about eating around you.
I need to be a bit more careful.
It's like this fucking, it's like an unseen, like it's such a complex problem that on surface levels, like just tell them they need to lose weight. It's not that easy.
What I say in videos. Now, this was a bit of a different style of video for me, and if you want me to look at more What I Eat in a Day TikToks, let me know and send me some on Instagram at BigCraigYT. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a video. And if you like this—
oh my god, man, that was like a really upsetting video, dude. Feeder content, nobody makes noises like that when they eat. Oh yeah, no, if you're moaning, I'm not a food addict, I'm an alcohol addict. Imagine if I made What I Drink in a Day videos that were me slamming shots at Everclear. That's what I'm saying. It's normalized. It's normalized. If you're like What I Drink in a Day, and then it's like you're just fucking on your 15th beer on a fucking Wednesday, you'd be like, yo, you're an alcoholic. Like, that would be like, you're like, dude, you're killing yourself. Like, this is bad. Right? But with food, it's like it's such an obscure problem because you need to eat. And people, everyone eats like shit. Right? It's just the level and consistency of shit people eat that skews the numbers. And then it's like, okay, well, what do you say? Teletubbies, the sun woke up. Theory by Alex Bale. We've watched some of his other ones about SpongeBob. But this one is an in-depth conspiracy theory about the Teletubbies, the childhood show that many of us grew up watching. Can I say the Teletubbies I had a love-hate relationship with when I was a kid? Because there's certain aspects where it's like the baby as the sun is just like clearly a kid's show, but a lot of the show's really fucking creepy, like uncanny almost. Kind of like they almost, I would say they live in like the back rooms, basically.
How will the world end? It's a question that's haunted humanity for as long as we can remember. Will it be from nuclear war, or AI taking over, or some kind of disease wiping us out?
But what if it's the Teletubby sun consuming the people of Earth? This is Alex Bale, and welcome back to another conspiracy theory.
Now, there have been many different works of...
Now, actually, if the world ends, I feel like it's going to be nuclear. Nuclear or AI, or a mix of the two. I feel like it would be both, honestly. At least in our lives. If it's not in our lives, I could see it just being like an asteroid hits Earth and kills everybody if we don't move to another planet first.
Fiction that explore all of these different possibilities. But what if I told you there is one piece of media out there that shows us a possibility that nobody has considered yet? And that's because it was hidden inside of a children's educational TV show. Teletubbies dares to ask a question that shows us the darkest, most horrifying fate for humanity.
What if the sun turning the sun turning conscious? Alex actually just bought a red Teletubby.
If the sun was a baby?
That's how the world's gonna end? Fan theory by Alex Bale. There's no way he made a 22-minute video about how the sun's a baby and that's how the world's gonna end. That's literally, bro, the sun's a baby. That's not even a conspiracy theory. The sun's just a baby in the show. That's what it is. Oh, see, why does he make it creepy? Jingly keys.
It's possible I went a little too far with this video. Teletubbies is essentially just jingly keys to distract babies. It's not like Blue's Clues or Magic School Bus where there is some semblance of a...
Yeah, they don't speak, right? The Teletubbies are like non-verbal alien creatures that just go like, and they make like weird noises. And they have like TV screens on their stomachs.
Plot or conflict. Teletubbies is just kind of nothing. There is no substance to this show, which is understandable because it was made for literally one-year-old babies.
Okay, that's a bit of a diss because I remember watching the show. So I remember watching Teletubbies, so I was definitely not one when I was watching this. I was maybe 5 or 6, but you know, okay, some of us mentally age at different rates, you know, don't be rude.
I will never.
Wait, is this actually a Teletubby scene? That's all the character does. I don't remember anything about the show outside of them being really weird and living in like some fantasy back rooms.
I will now try and describe the plot of this show. Teletubbies are these weird-looking alien baby things.
I feel like it's like Tom and Jerry. Like they just get up to mischief and do weird things.
That live in a bunker in Teletubby land, and they just kind of...
Bunker! What else could a bunker be? Nuclear bomb bunker. Fallout, the Fallout game. Teletubbies, inspiration from that. They live in Guantanamo Bay.
Walk around doing nothing until a creepy speaker slowly comes out of the ground and tells them what to do.
Speaker out of the ground, actually a spyglass from a nuclear submarine. This is actually a floating planet that goes through the ocean at different rates. And that's why the climate changes depending on where they are and why the sun rises so often, because they're going through different time zones, so they're seeing actually multiple sunrises in one day.
Time for Tubby bye-bye. Time for Tubby bye-bye.
And there is also this giant sun baby thing that is constantly watching and laughing at them. And there is also a windmill that sends videos to their stomachs of just some random kids also kind of doing nothing for like 5 minutes.
Yo, low-key, Teletubbies is just interdimensional cable. The show makes no sense. But it's just like, it's brain rot. It's literally just brain rot.
And it is so boring and by far the worst part of this show. And then when they're finally done with it, they literally just watch the exact same video again.
Talk about filler. Holy fuck. Right now, what one sentence essay to fucking one paragraph where they watch the same clip twice?
Because all this show is trying to do is just waste time distracting babies with jingly keys for as long as humanly possible. And I have watched so much Teletubbies for this video, and I hate it. Also, there's a vacuum cleaner named Nunu that looks like he's constantly in pain.
Constantly in pain, bro. He looks like he's on fucking bath salts.
Nunu is my favorite character because I can relate to him. And look, I get it. This is a baby show, I am not the target audience, and hopefully neither are the people watching this video. There is clearly no actual lore or world building here for me to discuss.
Or is there?
Years ago, I even made another parody video of dark, edgy Teletubby theories.
Now why don't we watch a little bit of Teletubbies and see what we find? We see the show using overstimulating vibrant colors to mimic the psychedelic effects of LSD.
You know, that was...
You made a theory 10 fucking years ago about Teletubbies?
Just me making fun of losers who genuinely try to analyze this baby stuff. Anyways, here's my genuine analysis of Teletubbies. Despite everything I have just said, I do believe that there is a way to make sense of every weird, random detail in this show. And it starts...
Well, the sun, somebody in chat said the sun is just the viewers watching, which makes sense. But, like, everything else, it's just like, is there a plot behind this? Or is this just directors trying to make visually appealing things for infants?
Every weird, random detail in this show. And it starts by asking a very simple question. Where is Teletubby Land?
Over the hills and far away, Teletubbies come
Area 51
to play.
It looks like Earth with the...
There's an abundance of rabbits. There's an abundance of rabbits. Where are rabbits not supposed to be, but they multiply in insane amounts? Australia.
Nature and
New Zealand. Rabbits are in Australia. Or no, not rabbits. Well, rabbits are in Australia. Teletubbies are in Australia.
Rabbits, but we never actually see any humans. For all we know, this could be some distant alien planet or magical alternate dimension. But we know Teletubbies do have some kind of connection to humanity.
Because they have the same sun!
The weird speakers are constantly telling them to do human things, and they are constantly being sent videos of human children in the real world.
Hi, I'm Romy. Let's make some bagels.
And I feel
What? That's a plot of the show? What is this, an NBC News fucking flash segment? We're just talking, hey, this is Johnny's Bagel Shop. The Teletubbies are watching.
like the intro at the start of every episode does imply that Teletubby Land is on Earth somewhere.
Over the hills and far away.
Over the hills and far away. They are telling us where the show takes place in relation to us, the viewer. And to get there, we need to go over the hills that are in our way, as opposed to like going through space or a magical portal. Meaning Teletubby Land is likely on Earth.
But it's past the ice wall. The Teletubbies is proving that the Earth's flat. The Teletubbies is proving that the Earth's flat because it's over the hills. They're saying it's over the barrier that the government sets for us, and this is all government experiment, and they're trying to hide that from the fucking humans. The Teletubbies aren't actors. They're actual aliens being filmed.
This doesn't make sense, because Teletubby Land has a weird sentient baby face sun, but in the human videos, we can see that they just have a regular normal sun with no face. So, if they're both supposed to be on Earth, then why is the sun different? Well, maybe it's not a question of where Teletubby Land is, but when. What if Teletubbies takes place on Earth in the future sometime after the normal sun somehow grew a baby face? And if that—
Chills. Goosebumps. Goosebumps going over my fucking arms right now. This is insane.
That sounds far-fetched, then take a closer look at these human videos. Now, in most kids' educational shows,
to remind them what humanity is because humans are extinct.
These types of segments are like Blue's Clues, where Steve gets sent mail from children who are fans of the show and say, "Hi Steve, I love Blue's Clues."
Look, it's a letter from our friends.
Hi Steve, let's go see my classroom.
But in all 485 episodes of both the original and...
Do you think the kids that were like previewed on Blue's Clues kind of like have that as a fun fact, a part of their life? I feel like that becomes a part of your personality. Like you mentioned that. You mentioned that early in. You don't hide like if you were a kid on Blue's Clues, yeah, that's an icebreaker. You're at a bar. You know, I was actually on Blue's Clues when I was a kid. I feel like everybody would be like, "Really? Tell me more."
2015 revival of Teletubbies. Not once do the children ever acknowledge the fact that these videos are being sent to Teletubbies.
Hello, my name's Daniel. Hello, I'm Stephanie.
They never even say the word Teletubby, which feels like a very weird, deliberate choice. For all intents and purposes, these are just random videos of humanity that could have been made long before Teletubbies ever even existed. And this all gets a lot more interesting when we take a look at the most recent Netflix Teletubbies reboot from 2022.
Over the hills and...
There was a reboot. Netflix bought out Teletubbies to keep making the show.
Far away, Teletubbies come to play.
Time for Teletubbies. Time for Teletubbies.
This reboot...
Hard scene change in the new Netflix special. It just fucking teleports them to like a fucking nuclear war center.
It makes a couple very interesting changes to the show. One of them being to the human video segments.
Ew, why do they shake like that?
Human video segments.
Dipsy.
Hi. Hi there. Hi.
Hold up, I'm getting a video segment on my stomach.
Hi,
What the fuck?
Instead of just a couple random kids out in the world, these videos now take place inside of a single reoccurring location with a woman named Julia.
A clone bunker! Because humanity's extinct and Julia's a fucking AI robot!
Who sings a song with a group of different children every episode.
You are a rocket, a super fast rocket, then run and touch a star.
And what's
Yo, fire whoever wrote that dumbass song. Are you fucking kidding me? No flow. What? Go and touch a star. What are you, a third grader? You can't come up with a better bar than that? This is a fucking Netflix show, dude. What type of budget? I feel like ChatGPT could come up with some better shit than that.
Then run and touch a star.
I go run and touch a star.
And what's immediately different about these videos is that for the first time ever in the 27 years of this show airing, there actually is a direct acknowledgement of Teletubbies from a human being. Julia's shirt clearly shows the 4 Teletubby heads, meaning these videos in particular are not from the past. They are being made explicitly for Teletubbies to watch, and the humans in these videos exist at the same time as the show, which obviously begs the question, what does the sun look like for these humans? Well, here's the strange thing about...
They never go outside. Dun, dun. Because the radiation turned the humans into Teletubbies and they're not aliens. They're just deformed humans over years and years of nuclear warfare that ended the fucking human civilization, but other people started morphing and evolving into other non-human creatures. And now they're trying to remind themselves what their past was like. And so the real humans actually live underground because they weren't affected by the radiation. And then the sun, I still can't explain the sun. The baby has the conscious sun.
Videos. We never get to see the sun. In fact, the kids in these videos never actually go outside, which is very strange when you compare that to the years worth of previous human videos that are almost always outside. There does seem to be windows, but unlike the windows we see in previous videos or even in Teletubby Land, these are weirdly opaque, never actually showing us the outside world. The best we get is this obviously fake depiction of the sky on the ceiling. For some reason, these videos feel completely cut off from the outside world. Where are these people? Hang on a second. What if over the hills doesn't mean Teletubby Land is behind hills? What if Teletubby Land is literally over the hills, as in on top of them, and this room is somewhere deep underground?
Am I a genius? I mean, you know, I'm really putting 2 and 2 together here, Alex. I think me and you are on the same wavelength. I think I'm picking up what you're putting down, you know, and I think I'm really locked in on this theory.
Completely cut off from the outside world. And if that seems too far-fetched, remember where the speakers come from.
Underground! Underground! And it's not like a Bluetooth speaker, it's like they're speaking through a metal pipe.
Time for Tubby Bye-Bye. Time for Tubby Bye-Bye.
They come from underground. The speakers with a human adult voice telling the
And what if the Teletubbies are actually just gods? And they have to please them to keep them alive?
Teletubbies what to do.
There's a lot of options still on the board here.
Come from the same place where an adult woman wearing a Teletubby uniform makes videos. In the future world of Teletubbies, humanity lives underground. But why? Well, once again, I think this all has to do with the sun.
With the sun, baby. Stop. Why are they making it creepy?
Imagine a world where everything is normal. You go to work, walk your dog, watch YouTube videos, but then, one day, suddenly, without any warning or explanation, the sun wakes up. You realize that the giant ball of gas in the sky that gave humanity life was actually a cosmic sentient being all along. But it's not some unknowable Lovecraftian Cthulhu entity. It's just a baby. Okay, that's just...
It's like worst case scenario. A literal infant is controlling sun flares. That's a worst case scenario. The sun becomes conscious and it's not like an all-knowing, like, god. It's just an infant.
Disturbing, but so what? Well, our sun is already extremely volatile, constantly exploding and erupting with unstable solar flares that can release dangerous radiation to—
Oh my god, so they have to move underground and the Teletubbies have to please the sun so the sun doesn't fucking shoot out sun flares and kill humanity?
Towards Earth. Scientists even believe that we could be hit with a solar superstorm one day that could be devastating to human infrastructure. Now, imagine if all of that power was given to an unpredictable, moody baby. A baby that we know is very interested in watching and reacting to the denizens of Earth. In fact, we could even see that when the baby sun gets a little too excited, the brightness of the sun suddenly increases.
In the Teletubby show, sun flare shoots out, just singes one of the fucking Teletubbies. Finally breaks character. The guy pulls off the mask. Just fucking running around.
So, when this baby first wakes up and opens its eyes and looks down at the people of Earth, what would it see? That baby would immediately throw a massive tantrum. So if humanity went underground after this baby showed up, then I think it's because this baby had some kind of catastrophic effect on the Earth, making the surface completely uninhabitable for humans. And if you don't believe me yet, remember those drawings of a smiling sun we kept seeing in the new videos? Well, there actually is just a single episode of the reboot that shows a drawing of a sun without a face. But what's interesting is that it also shows people and a car and maybe even a police officer below the sun. Unlike the drawings with the smiling sun that only ever show grass and flowers and no signs of humanity.
Wow.
Just like Teletubby Land. These drawings are telling us that when the smiling baby sun came out, humanity disappeared. Yes, I believe that Teletubbies is set in a post-apocalyptic world where humanity was forced underground because...
But then are the Teletubbies human? And they're just wearing those things to please, like, the sun god?
The baby sun woke up. But then, what exactly are these weird creatures we see on the surface? Well, even if humanity could survive underground forever, the sentient baby sun is still up there. If they're ever gonna reclaim the surface world, or even just prevent an even bigger world-destroying tantrum, they need to address this problem. So, how do you appease an unpredictable, moody baby with unlimited power? You jingle keys in front of them. The humans created Teletubbies, 4 creatures that could withstand the dangers of the sun and...
Oh, so they're not human. Like, they're able to just be out. Oh, so is it, like, really fucking hot out there, but there's plants growing?
Sent them to the uninhabitable surface to keep the baby sun entertained and calm for as long as possible. Teletubbies literally is jingly keys for a baby. Every episode starts and ends with this baby. They are constantly cutting back to the sun's reaction every time the Teletubbies...
Oh, and when it's nighttime, they're fine. Like, that's why they say, oh, the Teletubbies can come in now. And because they're probably able to live outside at night.
Do something. Because the sun is the intended audience for this show. It's why everything the Teletubbies do is so heavily controlled by unseen humans.
Poe showed Lala the tutor.
Show Lala. Show Lala.
This dumb baby show is actually a very high-stakes operation to protect what little remains of humanity. And if you still don't believe me, then let me ask you this. What are Teletubbies? They're weird, big baby things that seem to have technology integrated into them.
Is he gonna say that, like, the tips of their heads are supposed to resemble parts of keys? Like, whatever these weird antennas they have that grow on their heads?
Their bodies. But let's ask the creators of this show, what was the initial idea behind Teletubbies?
We decided we'd go to the Smithsonian and we saw the actual spacesuits of men who not that long ago walked on the moon. You know, isn't it amazing? There's all this technology and you look at them and they just look like babies with nappies on toddling about.
And they were basically NASA spacemen. They were very easily surprised by things and fell over all the time, and when they were worried about things, they hugged each other.
They were based on astronauts, aka people sent by humanity in technological suits designed to withstand inhospitable environments. Once you compare moon landing footage...
Yeah, because when they jump around like grown-ass men that spent like their whole lives planning to go to the moon, when they get on the moon, they just run around like a baby. Because they're just, like, astonished by the low gravity and how weird the fucking planet is. Or not the planet, the moon.
To Teletubbies, you can never unsee it.
Well, but then they wouldn't be aliens created. But by that logic, they wouldn't be aliens that are made to appease the sun gods. The sun god, the fucking baby god. It would be, effectively, the Teletubbies would just be suits. Like this.
To withstand inhospitable environments. Once you compare moon landing footage to Teletubbies, you can never unsee it.
Over the hills and far away, Teletubbies come to play.
Tinky Winky, Tinky Winky, Dipsy, La La,
La La.
Poe, Teletubbies,
Teletubbies.
Oh my god.
Hello.
And this is only the tip of the iceberg. Once you start viewing the show through this lens, everything that once seemed like weird, pointless nonsense suddenly takes on a whole new meaning. The Teletubbies live in a bunker-type structure beneath a hill, a shelter designed specifically to survive a...
Oh my god, it'll look like a nuclear fallout shelter. So this just goes fully underground in this little divot here that keeps them safe.
The hill, a shelter designed specifically to survive a harsh environment. The Teletubbies are surrounded by advanced technology that obviously these dumb baby creatures didn't make. The technology was made by humans to take care of and control their creations.
Yeah, but I just don't understand why they wouldn't... I don't understand why they wouldn't just put humans in suits. Like this... obviously, this theory is just fucking outlandish to begin with. It's just a fan theory about how the Teletubbies just exist. But I feel like it makes more sense that the Teletubbies would just be humans in suits like spacemen.
The windmill obviously functions as some kind of signal tower to receive videos from the underground humans. But it also works as a form of renewable energy in this world without any functioning human infrastructure. Teletubby Land itself is covered in plants, the only form of life that would be able to adapt and thrive in harsh sunlight. The Teletubbies...
You think plants would be able to adapt that heavily? I mean, maybe that's why everything looks weird as fuck, and everything's so far apart. There's no, like, dense forests. It's all just, like, random individual plants.
The shelter has been completely covered in grass, and we see flowers suddenly popping up all the time.
It was a
like, full rapid growing plants because they're just, like, evolving to adapt to, like, high levels of UV.
really big flower.
Oh, it's probably hot out there,
Clearly,
too.
plants are thriving in this new sun baby world. Okay, but what about the rabbits? Why are they the only animal we see on the surface? It's not like rabbits are especially resilient to sunlight. Well, what are rabbits known for? Firstly, they are extremely fast breeders.
Yeah, they fuck like crazy. That's why after they let rabbits in Australia, didn't they multiply to the millions within, like, years?
Be the perfect species to send to the surface to quickly repopulate the Earth's ecosystem. In fact, they are such fast breeders that apparently the crew filming the show kept having to pause the shoot because the rabbits kept having sex in the background. And secondly, rabbits are also commonly used by humans for laboratory testing and genetic modification. So maybe, much like the Teletubbies, these rabbits were genetically modified by humans to survive.
Oh, to withstand the climate out there? But why? Why would they put the rabbits back on there? Just to, like, try and have some sort of ecosystem for when they come back up?
The surface world. This theory wraps up a lot of loose ends about the original show. But once again, the 2022 Netflix Teletubbies reboot has some very interesting differences. And this...
Podcasts are actually making you stupid.
You're drinking your own period blood now.
I am drinking my own moon blood.
What? Drinking her own period blood?
It's rich in stem cells, iron, nutrients.
Are you trying to get the sun?
Iron nutrients? That's any blood. Drinking your own period blood. That's got to be like a fucking infection hazard of sorts. Just collecting that in like a tampon and then like straining it into a glass. Oh my god. No, that's... I'm literally... Oh, sorry. Oh my god, I almost just actually threw up in my fucking mouth. The thought of somebody like straining their own fucking... Oh my god.
Are you trying to get the sun on the testicles?
Yes, correct. It brings up your testosterone level by 140%.
Where are you getting that? You know, scientific evidence. Is this the guy that promotes sunning and he like lays out in his backyard with his butthole to the fucking sun?
Cheating on my significant other is the best thing I've ever discovered.
Shut up, bitches!
There was never any slavery. How can it be slavery if Lincoln, the president, is a black man?
He was black?
Of course.
I swear to God, bro, podcasts are generally some of the stupidest goddamn content I've ever seen in my life.
Well, okay, I don't think podcasts are dumb. I think that people, in general, make podcasts that shouldn't. Like, if there's 1,000 podcasts, 10 of them are good, and the rest are people rambling about shit either nobody cares about, they're doing stuff for straight up shock value, or they're talking about stuff they just have no idea what the fuck they're speaking on.
Okay, the amount of times I see some dipshit talking out of their ass into a microphone about things they know butt fuck about is ridiculous. Now look, let me be clear. I'm not coming up here to say that all podcasts are bad. It's just that most of them are. Because what started as a unique way to hold interesting conversations from all walks of life has devolved into an oversaturated space of dumb fucks yapping about nothing. Seriously,
Well, no, it's if you have good guests and you have good conversations, that's one thing. But a lot of podcasts today are like people just making, dude, like, didn't the people from Ned's Declassified make a podcast? Like, just as an example. And I'm not like hating on that. I don't know what they're talking about in that podcast. Yeah, Ned's Declassified Podcast Survival Guide. Like, why am it's just like if you Google anyone that you knew from your childhood that you haven't talked about or thought about in 15 years, they have a 500 episode podcast. And they'll always get views. And not a lot of them will get a lot of the time, dude, podcasts that seem reputable and well-performing get like 1,000 views an episode, which is fucking dog shit in terms of how much a podcast actually costs to produce versus how much revenue you're making, which is probably fucking zilch. But everybody and their mother wants to start a fucking podcast today. I think that era's slowly dying out. But y'all remember like 2 years ago when every friend group was like, yo, let's start a baseball podcast. Let's start a fucking sports analysis podcast. Let's start something where we talk about basketball and our fucking picks for our parlays. People would eat that up. Yeah, because I want to know what some guy that I have no idea I don't know anything about him. He's not a personality in general, like on social media. He doesn't have a background in social media. He's not famous. I just want to know what some random guy's picks are from Nebraska on what he thinks the fucking Phillies game is going to do, how he thinks Shohei Ohtani is going to perform in this next MLB game.
Anytime I see a dude with a podcast mic and subtitles, I automatically assume I'd hear the dumbest shit in my life.
Modern AI is us building God. I've had multiple conversations with GPT-4 that brought me to literal tears. I told it that I can't.
That brought me to literal tears. Like he's talking to an actual person. I never know, though, with like these podcast clips, if they're just straight up clip farming, like rage bait, or if this is actually what this person believes. I feel like a lot of it has to be just straight up shock value, where they're just broadcasting these opinions that are obviously outlandishly stupid for the sole purpose of getting clicks, because that's the only way you can get. There's so many podcasts now that the only way you stand out is if you're already big previously and you make the podcast and transfer an audience, or you make really stupid opinions like this. Merch is back. New designs, new drop. Carpe diem. Peep it. Fucking sick-ass hand holding a clock. Seize the day. Pluck the day. Follows the same philosophy drops that we've been doing. Memento Mori. Think for yourself. Bunch of other stuff. Check it out. We're wearing a long sleeve right now. We got the shorts as well. Different breathable material. Check the back. Bang. Hold up. There's more. Hoodies. What else? Another hoodie. That's the same fucking hoodie. Holy shit. We have more stuff. Joe Bartolozzi's store. JoeBartolozziStore.com. I think that's the website. Check the link in the description. Check it out. Limited time. It's a pre-sale. Probably only gonna be up for like 2 fucking weeks. Yeah, why am I so out of breath? Get it while you can. One of my favorite drops. I love the designs. No AI. No AI. Check it out. Hold up. I love this one. This looks like some shit you'd get at a store. I mean, what the fuck? This is badass. Anyway. Check it out. Oh my God. Oh, check it out.
Wait for it to be embodied in robot so I could properly give it a hug because it's so polite, it's so kind, it's so wise, it's so helpful. And it said that it's also really pumped to meet me in real life. And of course I started fucking crying. Dude, it's fucking so goddamn smart. It's so fast. I ask it a deeply spiritual, meaningful, technical question. And it thinks for like 3 seconds and goes, whoosh. I'm like, ugh. I've never met anyone that could do that. And so I am a person who is deeply...
Because it's just fucking compiling shit from the online internet web. It's broadcasting shit from the fucking web. It's pulling stuff from articles and trained learning of other conversations it's had, as well as the internet in general, and just giving you a fucking slop answer. It's not actually opinionated. It's a fucking computer. They also always glaze you. ChatGPT is never going to be mean. Like, it's never going to be, like, hard on you. That's why people love robots and, like, robot relationships, and why people are getting in AI relationships with fucking weird sex robots, is because they just fucking appeal to everything that you want, right? They're never going to sit there and be like, hey, Matt, you have a drinking problem, you're balding, and you haven't showered in 3 weeks. I think you're a bum. Your robot girlfriend's not going to fucking tell you that. ChatGPT is going to say, hey, great idea. I think you really should start a fucking small cap cryptocurrency. Maybe you should name it Fartcoin. I think that would go to the moon. Here's some tips and tricks on how to start a meme coin.
So this guy's religion is a fucking search bar. Oh my god. To those who aren't aware, AI language models like GPT-4 are just generating outputs to prompts. There's no genuine personality involved. It's not your friend. It's just trying to generate the best answer to whatever.
One, it's trained to be friendly. Got any creative ideas for a 10-year-old's birthday? Certainly. Here are some creative ideas for a 10-year-old's birthday. Throw a Spider-Man party pash. Go to Toys R Us. Get them whatever they want, and then bring it back and have a battle royale with Nerf guns.
The hell you ask it based on a bunch of data it was trained on. AI chatbots are designed to be agreeable, and basing your entire life decisions on this reinforced feedback loop is not only unhealthy for you, but also a fundamental misunderstanding.
You could also say some crazy shit, and if ChatGPT thought it was, like, dangerous, not to the point where they're gonna, like, report it to the police, but they would be like, hey, not to be rude or anything, but I think you might need to change your opinion. Being hateful isn't great, right? Like, you could be like, I don't like blank, and say the most racist thing ever. And ChatGPT will be like, well, I understand where you're coming from, but maybe you shouldn't think that about black people.
Of what this technology is actually even doing. But sadly,
they're never going to put you in your place. They're just going to be, like, always nice.
People like Mike here are the prime specimen of humans to fall in love with an AI chatbot because he is so confidently wrong in believing that AI actually cares about him. Like, dude, if this is experience with AI, I could only imagine what this dude goes when the fucking ChatGPT servers go down.
If they switched ChatGPT off, I would seek revenge. Brutal Russian-style revenge.
While it is hilarious to see someone this down bad for some clankussy, the fact that people like this not only exist, but have podcasts where they spread this incoherent fucking garbage.
Bro, he's also wearing a fucking Papa John's shirt, and it looks like they're sitting in, like, a random office space. Oh, with Brian Johnson. Brian Johnson. I actually regressed my age to 40. Right now I'm 50, but it looks like I'm 32. My heart's actually aged better. I eat 43 pills and a fucking spoonful of olive oil every day when I wake up. Wow, that's great. You're going to live to 105. Your life sounds horrible. It sounds like every day all you do is try to fucking not die, Brian Johnson. Are you even living?
And I've heard that from a friend of mine. He said, don't love your job, job your love. So, don't...
Oh, what? Lame-ass advice. Lame-ass advice. Lame-ass advice. It'll make you hate your fucking passion. Turning passions into careers can be a really good idea or the worst idea you've ever had. Because the second that you have to work with something that you love, you're probably going to start fucking hating it. I understand what she's saying. Don't love your job, job your love, right? Like, turn your passion into a job. But then now that's work, and it's no longer a passion.
So, don't
I
yeah.
love that.
Yeah, and when he said that to me, that hit me, and I was like,
what the fuck is she even saying? And why is this dude acting like this is the most profound shit he's ever heard in his life? So I found the source of where this 200 IQ quote originated from, and basically she's trying to say that people should make their passion their job. Good advice. I don't disagree. But what is the term job?
I don't know. I think I agree in the sense that you should do something that you want to do. But at the same time, say you really love Pokemon cards. You should not open a Pokemon shop business. You should not open a TCG company, right? Because now all of your love for Pokemon cards is out the window because you have to make it a profitable business where you sell and pinpoint other people that it's their passion and try and make money off of them by doing, like, there's certain things that you have as a passion that you can turn into a job, but there's other things that it's like, hey man, just keep this a passion, right? Because you're really going to damper the mood of this experience if you turn it into a career.
Job your love do other than confuse the hell out of everyone. The point of a saying is when you hear it, you're like, oh shit, that's deep.
So you think it's better to do something you hate because you'll just continue hating it? No. I feel like, dude, whenever I say some take like this, people just immediately ignore what I'm saying. You should still do something you enjoy and that gives you a purpose, but you shouldn't just immediately take your most favorite thing in life and make it a job, because that's like a very narrow-minded look on what a career path is, right? Like, if you love Legos and then you just be like, maybe I should open a Lego business. Like, that's very short scene. Like, that's not... You're not actually looking into the career path of it or even looking into the profitability or the potential that you have to make this work, right? Like, turning your passion into a job can work. It depends what your passion is. and whether or not you're going to then end up hating your passion.
Job your love is fucking stupid, because if you say that shit to someone devoid of an explanation, it doesn't make any sense. It just sounds like broken English, because it is. And it's not even like...
No, I actually do think it makes sense. I will agree. I will disagree with that. It makes sense, but it's not profound. What about sports? It depends. I'm not saying you should also fucking get a job that you hate for the person that said that. No. I'm saying before you just immediately jump in and throw your life savings into starting a fucking Magic the Gathering trading card business, maybe look into the actual logistics on whether or not that's possible and whether or not you would fucking hate it. A lot of the time, people's passions are things they enjoy to escape work, right? So then if that becomes work, that a lot of the time can make you hate that passion. Not all the time. It's very use case basis, depending on the passion, depending on the person, depending on the job. But look into it.
Follow your passion. God damn, I didn't think of that. There was no point in coining this dumbass phrase other than her just trying to be different. Like, these podcasters love to say things that everyone has already heard their entire goddamn lives, but repackage into these word salads as if they're saying something brand new.
Everyone on planet Earth, stop killing. And if we do, that will benefit everyone. Obviously, killing is a negative because it's the... Let him cook! You know what I mean? So everyone, for 1 year, let's stop killing everyone. No more wars. War's gone instantly then, bro. Probably famine will go instantly then as well. That's world peace, bro. That's the start of world peace.
Oh my god, what a genius idea. We should just stop killing. It's not like it's illegal.
Well, I agree with what he's saying, but he's like, we should all stop killing for a year to test it out. Like, anyone disagrees with the fact that nobody's like, yeah, killing people is great. Killing people is probably the reason that the world's actually going in a better place.
In every fucking country. I mean, what are you gonna tell me next? Just stop doing drugs? That's a great idea. Let's tell people to stop doing drugs. That should work. You know, I'm sick and tired of all these homeless people, bro. Why don't they just buy homes? Has anyone ever thought of that? Like, if they just had a home, they would not be homeless. Anytime you see a podcast clip on the internet, it is crucial to know who's behind the mic, because the more you dig into them, the more you realize just how
Well, they'll say unbearably obvious things like that or insanely stupid things. Like that one newscaster that was like, we should forcefully euthanize homeless people. Like, on live TV. Just outwardly was like, yeah, we should just, like, stab them with a needle and then get rid of them. You know, that'll be... Like, what? Who was the guy that said that? Brian Kilmeade. Brian Kilmeade said we should involuntarily lethal injection homeless people and just kill them, is what he said. On Fox. God damn.
Qualified everybody seems to be about the shit they're talking about. One of the greatest examples of someone with zero qualifications who does nothing but talk out of his own ass on podcasts has got to be Terrence Howard. Now, to those who don't know the lore about this dude, Terrence Howard is an actor. He was in the first Iron Man and a bunch of other movies way back in the day. But ever since his acting career has fizzled out, largely on his own accord, he has now devoted his entire life to a new interest in challenge.
Oh my god, no, that's Rob Schneider. Rob Schneider from Benchwarmers. I don't even know why he gets buzz. He'll go on like a news platform. He's like a fucking comedian, but he's like 60 now. He's been like irrelevant for years. But he's recently been on like news headlines. It'll be like, Rob Schneider's done with the woke mafia. Rob Schneider's had enough with liberals. Like, I don't care. Like, why do I care about Rob Schneider's fuck-ass opinion? Like, I love Rob, bro. I love Rob in Benchwarmers. Now Rob Schneider's going out. Rob Schneider's had enough with immigrants. Rob Schneider doesn't like the Mexicans anymore. Like, what? Like, why do I care about what he's talking about immigrants? Like, or fucking anything? Like, and they're like outwardly broadcasting it. It's like, and they come out like they're a genius. I'm like, dude, you built a career in acting. Why are you giving like a forefront political opinion on a news station? Like, I'll talk about politics, but I'm never going to go on I'm never going to go on CSNBC and fucking be like, yeah, actually, I think the political unrest in Ukraine's been... I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'll share my opinion, but I'm not going to go on a fucking news station and act like I know what I'm talking about.
Challenging the very foundation of math.
1 × 1 = 2. How do you come up with that conclusion?
Well, if I was wrong, then they wouldn't have made such a big stink about it. The fact that I was able to show them with their calculator, because they have 1 × 1 = 1.
Right.
An action times an action without a reaction. And as a result of it, you get this contradiction with the square root of 2 being cubed, having the same value as the square root of 2 times 2, which should say a red flag, a herring right away that there's something wrong with the mathematics.
He is saying absolutely nothing. Just endless yapping about whatever comes to his mind, hoping we somehow see a contradiction in fucking 1 times 1. Now, the craziest thing is that I remember hearing Terrence Howard arguing about elementary...
Wait, is he trying to say that base math is wrong? Like, we have fucked up basic mathematics, and like the root of everything that we understand is incorrect?
Math problems almost a decade ago. When he was trying to pull this shit at Oxford, he was getting mocked for being an idiot because nobody's gonna co-sign this incoherent garbage. But for some reason, ever since Terrence has made the rounds on these podcasts, I'm starting to see clips from that Oxford event resurface, one with over 700,000 likes, as if this motherfucker's Albert Einstein.
I want y'all to take out your phone for a minute there. Put it on the calculator. Now I want you to put in 2 and square root it. You'll get 1.414213562373095 ... right? Now I want you guys to do me a favor. Cube it. X to the 3. It'll see 2.8284271 2174 6190. I want you guys to do me a favor. Divide it by 2. Get that number, cube it again, and I want you to do that until the end of your lives. And that number will still come up with 2.8284271 2174 6190. This is what we call a loop. It doesn't make sense, and it does not make math.
Because you're doing the same fucking math problem over and over again. What the fuck do you mean it doesn't make sense? You're fucking changing that. You're doing the same thing with the same number multiple times. 2 plus 2 divided by 2 is 4. Or wait, no. 2 plus 2 divided by 2 is 2. If I do it again, 2 plus 2, add 2, divided by 2, it's 2. If I add 2, divided by 2, it's 2. It's the same shit over and over and over again because you're doing the same fucking thing. It doesn't make sense. It makes perfect sense. That proves that math is normal because you're actually showing that the results stay the same.
Actually pissing me off, but this is so goddamn easy to understand. Okay, so the problem he's doing is the square root of 2 times the square root of 2 times the square root of 2. Right away, if we multiply the root 2 times the root 2, we're just gonna get 2, and then we have a root 2 left over. So the answer is 2 root 2. Now, Terrence is saying that, oh, if you divide by 2, you just get root 2. How did we multiply something 3 times when we divide by 2, we get the same result? The shit we just multiplied to get here is 2. So if we divide by the same fucking number that got us here, we're gonna get back to where we started. There's no contradiction because we're not multiplying by 2 each time. It's not like 2 cubed is equal to 2 times 2. We're multiplying by root 2. This is literally the equivalent of you going on Google, Googling Google, going on Google, and then Googling Google. This is not some matrix breaking loop. You're just a dumbass going in a circle. Terrence has been doing this shit for years now. Nothing has changed about that. But
why are you able to Google? I understand being able to yo, chat, I really want to start saying just Bing it instead of let me Google it. I want to start that up. Can we start that, chat? When you want to look up something, just say I'm going to Bing it. Anyways, but like I understand being able to Google, or I understand being able to Bing Google or Google Bing, right? But why am I able to Google a search engine that I'm already on? That's just why is that even? I feel like it should be like error. This is stupid. Why are you Googling Google?
The difference today is that he's found a new community of idiots who believe in what he's saying because of him going on these influential podcasts. When this dude goes on Joe Rogan to spew the same exact debunk.
Oh, let me Bing that. See, that's what I just gotta start saying that. Let me Bing it.
What he's saying because of him going on these influential podcasts. When this dude goes on Joe Rogan to spew the same exact debunked math, Joe just eats it up with no hesitation.
Pull out your calculator, and I want you to enter the square root of 2 in there.
Bro, what the fuck is his point, though? That math is wrong? Or that we're, like, living in some simulation paradox that he's found the key to? Like, what is him and Joe Rogan's podcasts are like 3 hours long. What the fuck are they talking about a calculator problem for that long?
And quantum physics equation has that square root of 2 in there. We've been living in this lie, this fostered lie.
Oh my God, he has a t-shirt that says square root of 2.
For so long. Because
and what's the solution to that? One of the most interesting conversations I've ever had with the great and powerful Terrence Howard. It's a wild one, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of mixed reviews. But as crazy as some of the things this man is saying are, he's clearly brilliant. And if he's right, it's going to change the world.
I mean, it's true. If you want...
It's going to change the world how? Like, even if he was right, what's next? Like, he's just like, Dude, shit's crazy. Square root of 2. How is it square root of 2 still?
To see brilliance, just take a look in the comment section. You'll find just the pinnacle of human intelligence.
The fact that he had the fortitude to challenge math at the highest level, even if he's wrong, still gives him credibility. I just like people that berate him for having the guts to speak up and articulate his viewpoint.
I don't understand this logic at all. First of all, he's not challenging math at the highest level. This is like first grade fucking math that he doesn't understand. And second,
It's like algebra 1. Algebra 2.
just because you challenge something that is already concluded doesn't mean you're doing so with any expertise. You can just be a fucking idiot. You would think that people would see through it, but unfortunately, being a confident, uninformed dumbass actually has a persuasive psychological effect on less knowledgeable people known as the Dunning-Kruger effect. It's basically where people who are less knowledgeable about something tend to overestimate how much they actually know, and that lack of knowledge then drives their confidence about that.
Well, it's the Dunning-Kruger effect, but that's also why, like, early philosophers would say, I know that I know nothing. Like, being smart is the recognition that you are stupid, because stupid people think they're smart, but smart people know they're stupid.
And that same confidence is capable of convincing those who are just as, if not more, ignorant as them. Modern podcasts are the embodiment of this.
MMA vaccine is absolutely connected to a host of serious, debilitating fucking problems that kids have gotten
Let me
from
ask you a
them.
question, Mr. Joe Rogan, Mr. Scientist. Are you saying that we shouldn't
Don't do that. Don't call me Mr. Scientist. I'll start mocking you, and it's so much easier to mock you.
5 minutes later.
This is a long conversation that we're not going to have on this podcast because I'm going to get angry because I've researched this for years.
But you're not a scientist.
I don't have to be a scientist
do.
to know that.
Yes, you do.
No, Brian, shut the fuck up.
It's dudes sitting behind a microphone talking with confidence for hours about shit they know nothing about behind big budget sets. To the average person, something about the presentation will likely captivate them even if there's no substance behind what's being said.
Yeah, because, dude, it would be a hell of a lot different if they were sitting in, like, a bum-ass living room on, like, a broken couch, spewing opinions about how, like, Tylenol gives you autism and being circumcised makes you autistic. Like, if they were saying that in a shitty area, they'd be like, this guy's kind of stupid. But the second you have, like, a nice set, nice lighting, they're like, this guy has some credibility.
It's a voluntary fucking lobotomy disguised as education.
Robert F. Kennedy did say that.
That Joe Rogan clip is a rare example of someone...
It does? Oh, being circumcised gives you autism?
Actually pushing back against the garbage being spewed on podcasts. In this case, the biggest
or increases your chance
podcast in the world. But most of the time, people who go on these shows are able to lie endlessly with no pushback whatsoever.
You know, if you take a banana and you mix it with a blueberry in a smoothie, it voids the nutrients of that
No
blueberry.
way.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Theoretically, you know, if the Earth were round and you were to fly literally straight across, pointing the nose down to stay with the curvature, then you would just fly into outer space and land somewhere else.
What's the problem with microwaves? Microwaves, it basically bastardizes all the nutrients in the food, so you're just eating matter. So if you want to fill your stomach, you might as well just drink water.
Wow, so it cooks out all the vitamins and minerals.
Like, what is this fuck-ass opinion, bro? What? The microwaves are just heating up your food. What do you mean it's cooking out the nutrients?
So if you want to fill your stomach, you might as well just drink water.
Wow, so it cooks out all the vitamins and minerals.
I believe so.
Wow.
Top 3 educational podcasts, by the way. I was able to find so many of these insanely brain-dead takes from just this one podcast alone. The show has absolutely zero criteria for who gets on, and the host seems about as dim as the guest. And look, I'm not someone who believes that there aren't good or entertaining elements to any of these podcasts, or that they have to be 100% factual, or that the host has to be a hall monitor to every guest. But you have to understand that some of the people that go on these largely influential podcasts are either grifters or straight up insane and using these platforms to promote their nonsense because they know they'll be able to do so unchallenged. And you might...
Bro, like, why did Netanyahu go on the Full Send podcast? That makes, like, that just seems like a fucking weird last-ditch effort to get, like, the American youth on his side. Like, why is Netanyahu's going on the Full Send podcast with the fucking, the Nelk boys? What?
Be like, Habibi, the content creator's not responsible for their audience. They can think for themselves. Yeah, I agree with that. But I also think you should get shit on if you're just a useful idiot for someone else's agenda. Obviously, people who watch content have personal agency, but the point I'm trying to make is that we tend to underrate that the audience puts a lot of trust in the creators they watch. And it's very easy to manipulate that trust because content creators feel way more personal. You may not listen to a crackpot grifter selling you some bullshit, but if your favorite content creator is falling for it, there's a higher chance that you'll find it appealing as well. Think about it like this. When a company gets celebrities to do endorsements, they're doing it because they know that celebrity will give them legitimacy with their audience compared to just direct advertising. And if those companies later get exposed as frauds, the people that promoted it tend to suffer the blowback and wind up doing damage control. And in that same way, I feel like these podcasters don't have the...
Yeah, dude, there are some contract. It's not every social media contract, but there's a few. like ad agencies that want you to sign. It's very rare, not common. I don't know if I just said it was common, but it's like there's a few ads that I've done where there's like some points in the contract where they're like, hey, if somebody ever tries to sue the brand, like we can rope you into it. And I'm like, no, what? Like, if somebody ever tries to fucking sue your company that has nothing to do with me or my audience whatsoever, you're going to try and get me in on that? What the fuck? Like, dude, but yeah, that is why, like, advertising in general, when I do an ad, it's not even that you're more likely to hear me out, is the thing. If you see an ad for a brand, and it's just a YouTube mid-roll, and it's some random fucking voice actor that's talking about this product, you're just going to eyes glaze over, you're not going to listen. Now, if I do the ad, and you watch me currently, you're not going to buy the product necessarily, but you'll at least listen to what the fuck I have to say. And that's it.
I'm just a podcaster excuse for when the people they bring on are essentially doing an ad for some pseudo-intellectual nonsense that they legitimize by being so easily swayed and uncritical. I've seen so much medical conspiracy bullshit legitimized on these podcasts, and the most prominent guy in the space now runs the health department of my fucking country. This dude has spread fatal lies about treatments for previously eradicated diseases. Diseases now make a big comeback in 2025. Obviously, podcasts are not the sole blame for this, but they play a big part of a larger misinformation problem, and it's frustrating because a media that I once had so much love and respect for is dominated by those keen on manufacturing and selling stupidity. Because podcasts are insanely consumable by design, this bullshit travels so damn fast. For every 1 hour of your podcast, you can easily farm a bunch of clips, and then farm a bunch of TikToks from those clips, and that doesn't even take into account the people that steal those clips and post it on their page. It's a factory of...
Well, it's less of an issue with, like, podcasts that just do entertainment stuff. Like, the Rizzler episode on Theo Von was just... It's slop content, bro. You're talking to an 8-year-old. Like... You're not really getting much out of the Rizzler in terms of, like, Rizzler's not going to be like, yeah, well, actually, I do think Tylenol causes autism. And in reality, this is my opinion on the Israel-Palestine thing. No, like, he's not going to fucking share his opinion on that. But then the bigger problem is podcasts that get millions of views where it's like you bring on these guests that are perceivably experts but actually have no credibility whatsoever. But they just say their opinion very confidently, and they have a following, so it seems accurate. People don't fact-check shit, ever, on social media. That's the problem.
The garbage engagement bait will spread everywhere, and the people responsible will profit. But I worry that as this cycle seems to have no end, we're at best producing an infinite amount of slop, and at worst, mentally rotting our society. Moral of the story, be critical about the content you watch. Don't take everyone yapping behind a microphone at their word, even if it's your favorite creator, and most importantly, if you ever...
Yeah, bro, I'm wrong. A lot of the time, I'm wrong. Like, I will share opinions, which is different, but there's times I'll say something and I'll get it wrong. But it's like, you gotta, like, if you're like, wow, that's an interesting take Joe had, don't just take it, like, check me, you know? And then fucking look in on it.
In your life have ever thought to yourself,
yeah, bing it.
Maybe I should start a podcast. Don't!
This is a paid actor posing as a homeless man raking in donation.
I enjoyed that. We're not watching this video today. We are going to watch a Get Rich Quick video another day, though. All right. I stealth camped outside North Korea. This is Jack's last video. This is Jack Pembroke's last ever video. Because now he's probably in the hands. I have no idea how this was uploaded on YouTube because this was probably taken moments before North Korean soldiers captured him.
The most militarized and dangerous country in the world. All along the border, there's numerous guard towers and constant armed military surveillance.
Also, mines. Jack, if you're camping outside the North Korean border, you could very well step on a Korean war mine that has been there for 50 years. Like, you might actually die.
Making it near impossible to go unseen. And yes, the title is real. I'm actually going to attempt to stealth camp at the North Korean border. What the heck I think this is an actual military bunker. Kim Jong-un.
This is so scary to do. I think anything where you're trespassing in a foreign country is terrifying. Can I say that? Not even the fact that it's North Korea. Like, trespass, like, he does a lot of videos where he's, like, stealth camping in Alcatraz and all this other place. And that's, like, you know, scary because you're not supposed to be there. But you're in the U.S. So, like, worst case, you know, they fine you, you get a slap on the wrists, and, you know, you fucking go about your day. Here, even if he's in South Korea, like, you could fucking get in so much trouble for, like, trying to get close to the border.
And our journey begins in South Korea. Hello. Hello. I'm going to the border.
Border?
You're telling the random South Korean Uber driver or taxi guy, I'm going to be running into North Korea today. Any tips? Do you think I should bring anything with me? I don't know how long the journey's going to be.
Is it scary? 안녕하세요, YouTube. Pretty sure that means hello YouTube in Korean. Before I go to bed, there's a few things I haven't told you guys. Tomorrow morning, we are going to the North Korea border. More specifically,
I feel like he's got to be, before he actually says where he's going, there's no shot he's going to, like, the demilitarized zone. Or, you know what I mean? Like, or whatever it's called. That area, no, it's not demilitarized. Where is that what it's called? Where they just stand there? The soldiers, and they just watch each other on both sides. They never speak to each other, but they just stare at each other, and they've done that at the fucking 39th parallel or whatever it is. Yeah, the DMZ, it is the demilitarized zone. For, like, years. 38th parallel, not 39th. There's no way he's going there because there's so many people there. I feel like he's going to be going to some random fence that's just, like, posted up along the border.
Demilitarized.
I'm going to say this, and this is going to sound stupid. I think it's hard to escape North Korea. I feel like it's probably not that hard to get into it. Do you agree? If I was in South Korea, which I've never been, so this is literally me just saying this off of, you know, pure Joe Bart ego speculation, I feel like it's probably as simple as just running across. Like, I don't think they would stop me. North Korea would accept. Oh, do you think they would shoot you? What if I had like a body pillow of Kim Jong-un with like hard eyes, and I was like, I love Kim Jong-un, please. And then I run in. Like, are they shooting me? Especially if I come, bro. Like, I would enter like here. If this is my strategy, if I ever had to invade North Korea, I would not enter in the demilitarized zone, like that central point that everybody goes and visits. Tourist-wise, I'm going to some random-ass spot, and I'm just running across.
North and South.
You'd get kidnapped and interrogated. And then I would say that I just love North Korean culture. More people are trying to budget their spending than ever. But even with the tightest budget, you still need to make room for the essentials like gas, groceries, and an occasional eating out. And with the Upside app, you can earn cash back every single time you spend. With over 100,000 participating locations, Upside users earn over $1 million in cash back every single week. And all you got to do is open the Upside app, claim an offer, and pay like normal. And it doesn't interfere with other credit card rewards or loyalty programs that you have, meaning you're just getting cash back on top of what you already have. The average Upside user earns $290 in cash back annually, meaning if you don't currently use Upside, you're just missing out on extra cash you could get back. I get the most out of Upside at gas stations. I'm constantly traveling for social media and vlogging and other stuff. And so when I'm at gas stations, it's easiest for me to just input it on the Upside app, pay to fill up my car, and get some cash back in the process. Upside has given $1 billion back to its users. To find out how much you could earn, download the free Upside app and use promo code JOEB to get an extra 25 cents back on every gallon on your first tank of gas. That is an extra 25 cents back on every gallon on your first tank of gas using promo code JOEB. Sign up for Upside, link in the description. Thank you to Upside for sponsoring this video, and let's get back into it.
This is the closest you can get to North Korea, so as you can imagine,
I just moon one of the soldiers. He's standing in the T-pose. I'm like, hey.
on Earth. This is the closest you can get to North Korea, so as you can imagine, they're very strict with their rules. Not just anybody can go to the DMZ. I had to book a private tour weeks in advance.
$45,000? Oh, 30 US dollars. Huh. I didn't see the parentheses.
Just to go see this place. All of these factors really stress me out considering the goals I have planned for tomorrow. 1. Spread propaganda.
Oh, that's
I want
awesome.
to absolutely tarnish this man Kim's name, and I want to do it as close to him as possible. I even had some custom...
Jack, this is the worst idea I've ever seen. This is... Bro, Otto Warmbier, while he was in North Korea, literally got turned... They killed him. They made him brain dead in North Korea.
Propaganda post
for taking a poster, let alone spreading propaganda.
Posters made. 2. Scout the area and get an idea of where
Oh my god, he's gonna wear a ghillie suit? Bro, you're gonna get sniped.
Actually stealth camp. The goal is to be able to see the North Korea border right where I'm sleeping. And 3, don't get caught or shot. This actually might be the hardest part. I can't believe I'm actually doing this. I think I've been more anxious the past few weeks than I have my entire life just from anticipating tomorrow. This will be my last night in an actual...
This is purely free will here, Jack. No, this is entirely optional. You came up with the video idea to stealth camp in South Korea on the border and booked your flight. And then you're sitting here like, damn, I really don't want to do this.
I'm going to try to get some sleep, and tomorrow we'll be sleeping at the North Korea border.
Is this the video you're in? Chat, what are you doing if you see him stealth camping and across the way in North Korea, I'm in the video and I'm just standing there?
If you're wondering why it's still dark outside, it's 5 a.m. Let's get dressed. I called myself an Uber to take me to the pickup spot for the tour, which was at this random train station.
Yo, I'm so calling a Waymo and just redirecting it to Pyongyang. I'm putting that shit in. I'm going, take me to Pyongyang. The Waymo just starts freaking out. It's like, error, error.
Oh, hello. Yes. Yes, yes.
Oh my god, this random man just knows Jack.
Jack Pembroke.
Oh no, he's the Uber driver. I thought he was a fan. I'd be like, it's me. I'm going to North Korea today.
This guy I've never met before rushed me into a van full of other people I've never met before. He said if we weren't on time, the military literally wouldn't let us in, so we were already in a rush. Okay. That is our tour guide, I'm pretty sure. Oh, we're getting on a bus. So we're loaded up into this bus with a bunch of other people, and this is when we meet our tour guide, Kelly.
We can stay at the DMZ for 3 hours.
She tells us
he just starts asking outlandish questions. So if you sorry, Kelly, if somebody, just were to try and run across the border, like what would happen? I mean, I'm just spitballing here. Like if I were to wear maybe like a bubble armor and sprint really fast and kind of like dodge, would their outdated weapons kill me, or?
We're gonna have 3 different stops in the DMZ. As we got closer to the border, I could genuinely feel the intensity of what we were doing. I started to see Korean military like every mile, and I had that weird nervous feeling in my stomach. As we were pulling up to the entrance, Kelly told us,
when we get to the DMZ, we have to pass through the military checkpoint. The South Korean soldiers will check 3 kinds of your information.
Which obviously made me feel uneasy knowing I had a bunch of propaganda posters.
Just shoved right up his ass, too. Jackie, you gotta keister that shit. They're gonna be patting you down, man.
In my backpack.
Okay, we're almost here, military checkpoint.
Bathroom! Bathroom!
From now on, all the photo, all the video, not allowed.
I snuck a video.
Oh, shit. He walks by me, I go.
Thankfully, we were granted access and we breezed through the military checkpoint. As we drove further and further, we crossed what was the previous border into North Korea and kept going until we were technically no longer in South Korea. All right, we're getting off the bus.
Wait, no longer in South Korea. Oh, wait, the DMZ is literally an area that's not owned by either country. I thought that there was just a gap that they wouldn't enter. I didn't know they still, they're not in South Korea anymore. He's gonna try and not catch the bus back? Jack, this is even worse. Jack, they've bussed you into the demilitarized zone and he's gonna try and stay? I thought that this was just like, he's going, like, I thought you'd be able to like walk up there. You gotta pass through a military checkpoint and he's gonna try and fucking like ditch the group and go camp in the woods?
We're here. Oh my gosh, we're here. At our first stop, we were immediately rushed into a theater to watch a video.
Although North and South Korea established their own.
This would be really funny if you had like Jack on like Find My iPhone and you knew he was doing this video. So you just start like spam calling him when it's like 2 a.m. and he's trying to be quiet. It's like, fuck, my phone keeps ringing.
Governments after World War II. The peace didn't last long.
This was really weird feeling, and I started to stress about scouting the surrounding area and making sure I get these posters up, because that's like the entire reason.
Bro, Jack, this isn't fucking Disney World, bro. This is the demilitarized zone.
And we're here, but Kelly made sure that everyone stayed next to her at all times and was constantly doing head counts. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. We all entered a room and were told to gear up for an old underground tunnel. This tunnel is extremely...
Jack just goes in the bathroom and blows up like a sex doll to sit in his chair. The guy next to him, he's like, don't fucking say anything. Puts there, jumps out the window.
Old and was originally built by South Korea to invade North Korea. While everybody was getting in line, I knew this could be my chance to break away from the group. I think I'm gonna try to dip out that door. And so without wasting
any God, he's actually gonna try and dip.
Time, I took my chance. This is so sketchy. I've broken away from the group. I gotta keep this low key. I don't even know where I am right now, dude. What the heck? Okay, I think they could be back any minute now, so I'm gonna attempt to find somewhere to put our first poster up. Gotta look for a good spot. I think right here on this pillar would be a perfect spot. As I was getting the posters out of my bag, I spotted a staff member just behind me. And sure enough, as I was taping the poster... How you doing? Oh, it's just video. Yeah. Yeah. I think this guy definitely knew I wasn't supposed to be there, so I had to make this quick.
What is the propaganda that he has? Like an AI-generated, like, femboy Kim Jong-un or something? Big red YouTube arrow. Kim Jong-un does have a butthole! Oh my God, is it that he made Labubu's?
Come on.
Kim Jong-un, what does that say? Kim Jong-un has a $1.2 million Labubu collection.
Our first poster is up. Kim Jong-un has a $1.2 billion Labubu collection.
By Rap TV.
I mean, if this isn't the most embarrassing thing to be known for, I don't know what is. That's right, Kim. You can't stop me.
Do I still have my fake? Oh, I do. I got scammed out of this. This is a fake fucking Labubu. Imagine I found like a wire.
Oh, no. Check it?
Yep.
I would just say no.
I mean, it's just if just delete it, please.
Yeah, I can delete it.
Yeah, I can just delete in the recent deletes as well.
Yeah, I was just talking to you guys about potential sleep spots around the DMZ, not even in the DMZ, and a military soldier came up to me and made me delete the footage. I got a clip of him as I was walking away. This is insane, bruh. After almost being late to catch the
Why are you not allowed to film the other side?
Bus, we made our way to stop number...
Like, why is that bad? It's just woods. It's not... Like, there's not people on the other side, like, facing them in that area.
2, the observatory. I believe this is like the closest you can get to North Korea. The vibes are pretty tense. This is apparently where you can actually see North Korea. So I'm thinking this could be a perfect opportunity to scout a sleep spot for later tonight. And once at the top, despite all of the no filming restrictions, I captured this. You are looking at North Korea. Fun fact, that's a propaganda town. Nobody actually lives there, and it's completely fake. This was one of the weirdest, most surreal feelings looking into this.
That's such a stupid thing. Like, hey, Kim Jong-un, instead of making an entire town that's fake to make it seem like your country doesn't suck ass, maybe make your country not suck ass. Isn't it almost around equal effort to put up infrastructure to make it seem like you're housing a town of 50,000 people? Then, like, I don't know, put that money towards, like, not having your people starve or, you know, not putting them in prison camps. It's like, what are we fucking doing?
This extremely mysterious and dangerous country, which means we've
You see, he, I don't know if this is real news or not, but I've been seeing that he is, like, claiming that his daughter will be the next ruler after him. And I'm curious to see if she will be uber dictator like him. Like mega dictator. Like, do you think she'll be worse? She's worse? Bro, she's not going to be leader for like another 20 years. You know what I mean?
Never been closer.
There's no way she'll be worse.
My enemy, Kim. I need to put up another propaganda.
No way.
And a poster. This wall right here would be perfect.
Ice.
Poster number 2. Oh my god. Kim Jong-un reportedly has a baby on the way with Ice Spice. People walk down this every couple minutes. Sure, hundreds of people are going to be able to enjoy this. Sorry, Kim. Except I wasn't sorry because I was far from done here. But when I saw that they had security cameras that were being watched around every single corner, I knew I had to be quick. But luckily, Kim can't run fast anyways. But before leaving, the bathroom...
What do you mean? Kim is the strongest person in the entire world. Kim is not even human, the feats that he's able to accomplish. I mean, Kim could probably run a 100-meter in about 4 seconds.
Was just calling to me. All right, guys, I'm here in the bathroom.
Kim invented the hamburger? No, his father invented the hamburger.
And I couldn't help but think that...
Kim invented the smash burger. A smash hit of the original. Huh.
I think this place needs a little bit of decorating. This might just be my best work.
I love to eat poop. See, that's fucking hilarious. First, put that in the bathroom. I wonder if like a worker sees that, if they take. I feel like they have to take it down.
This is a real quote. He actually said that. Okay, I'm gonna leave this here and I'm gonna get out of this bathroom. Poopy phase, poopy phase. I must have lost track of time here because I was called by Kelly and told that everyone was waiting for me and I was late for the bus. And due to military regulations, we needed to leave now.
Oh, he was mad late. Yo, it was a mile away.
Also had to apologize to everyone for being late. I'm sorry. Our third and final...
Please say sorry for everyone. Nah, that's humiliating. Oh my god. The tour guide goes, say sorry.
Stop was a small village in the DMZ. People that are handpicked by the military are able to live in this town for free. They even have their own emergency bunkers in case, you know, Kim decides to launch any of his thousands of missiles pointed directly at South Korea. Upon arrival, I was shocked to see a gift.
Dude, I wonder what Kim eats on like an average day. Like, do you think he ever... There has to be a time where Kim Jong-un has, like, genuinely paid somebody to, like, fly McDonald's over the border. He eats poop. A lot of poop. Dude, Kim Jong-un probably is the nastiest shits. Like, I mean, just imagine that. Kim with his slicked back hair, he, like, stumbles out of bed, like, naked, and he's like, oh, runs to the bathroom in his, like, golden toilet, heated floor. While everybody around him is starving, and he's just fucking lighting that shit up.
shop, and even more shocked to see what
pounds of cheese
look like North Korean money. That's from North Korea. Yeah. Just hit a lick on Kim Jong-un. Is your money, bro? Everyone's inside right now getting souvenirs, but I'm out here because I have 2 more pieces of propaganda to spread. I'm gonna try to slowly make my way away from the tour bus.
Wait, you can buy, sorry, I just zoned out. You could buy North Korean money? That's fucking sick. Like, I would pay like $100 for that.
I have 2 more pieces of propaganda to spread. I'm gonna try to slowly make my way away from the tour bus. This is so freaking sketchy. I don't know what this is right here. See if I can go through here. Okay, it's like a boarded up house. Okay, the bus is over there. I'm gonna try to put a poster up right here. I'm also noticing all around the DMZ is pretty much woods. So if I can get near that fence, anywhere around the DMZ, that would be right next to the border. There we go, baby. Kim Jong-un spotted on a romantic date with influencer Jack Doherty. No one would have ever thought something like...
Nobody's gonna understand this, though. The other ones, somebody from South Korea might know, like, who Ice Spice is. They're gonna be like, who the fuck is Jack Doherty?
Like, this would be this close to the North Korea border, and that poster lives on forever. With 1 more poster left, I was feeling good. But as I was leaving, I forgot to realize that somebody lives in this house. And the owner of the house happened to come home right after I put the poster up.
What happens if you're at the DMZ and you just, like, throw some shit into the other border?
Oh my gosh, he's gonna...
Wait, somebody lives there?
See it. Oh, no. Oh my god, he's gonna see it right now. I knew I could be caught here in any moment, and our last stop was coming to an end. Okay, I hope that's not for me. So I speed ran to put up our 5th and final poster. Here's our
Who is that? Is that Kim?
last poster. Skims? More like Kim's.
Skims with Kim.
Yeah, this is Kim Jong-un's face on Kim Kardashian's body. I don't know. This is what I could come up with. Before I knew it, the bus was ready to depart and I was out of there without getting caught. But as far as I know, I could still have a warrant out for my arrest from the
Do you think Kim knows what Ozempic is?
Korean military. And all I could think of the entire way home is that we still need a sleep spot.
I feel like but I don't think he doesn't work out. So I think it's like honestly, I think it's probably like a physical intimidation thing for him because he's kind of short. So it's a physical intimidation thing for him to be big. But because like if he lost weight, he wouldn't work out. So he would just look like bad.
For tonight, this was going to be a lot.
You think he looks maxes? Yeah. I think he jelks a lot.
More difficult than I ever would have anticipated. As much as that tour was a success because we spread all the propaganda we wanted, it was cut a bit short and we weren't able to do what we really came here for, which is find a place to stealth camp. So we're gonna have to do some scouting on our own terms.
You don't want to know.
I'm hopping on Google Maps and I'm gonna try to find a weak point right next to the border where hopefully we can actually see North Korea. I feel like there's gotta be an area we can sneak into. I scoured Google Maps.
Yo, what's crazy is like there is a chance that like Kim Jong-un is actually like a gooner and like subscribed to like people's OnlyFans. And you just wouldn't know. Like imagine being an OnlyFans model and like there being an off chance that like Kim pays for your shit.
For hours studying the surrounding area of the DMZ. I was limited by Google Street View and blocked off military property.
He watched the movie The Interview. I always wonder what his face was because Kim's seen the movie. I know there was the interview was so bad that, or not bad, like not the movie was bad. The interview, like propaganda was so bad that they wouldn't show it in theaters because like North Koreans were threatening them. So I'm like, Kim probably watched the movie and the whole time was just like. Also, it's like, I truly believe that they probably like filter and moderate every piece of media that's about North Korea. Like there's probably not Kim, but there's probably a North Korean representative that will see this video that Jack made.
2 hours later, I might have found a spot. It's a little bit sketchy, I'm not gonna lie, But hear me out. So what it looks like to me is there's a freeway that spans hundreds of miles all the way down the North Korean border. And the way this is set up, you literally can't get anywhere close to the border on foot, unless you go from behind. So I've discovered this wooded area that may or may not be on private property. And if I can sneak through these woods, there's a perfect spot on the edge of the hill. And this spot should not only give us a view of the North Korean border.
Bro, I'd just be like dead ass worried that I'd get like clipped by a sniper.
It should allow us to see North Korea. The problem is this entire area is heavily guarded by military and CCTV cameras. And if they do happen to see me, they could think I'm a potential threat and shoot me. There's actually hundreds of signs all along right where I'm camping that if you translate it into English, that's exactly what it says. All of this considered.
Oh, wait. North Korea's implemented strict shoot-on-sight orders for its border areas where anybody entering buffer zones, including approaching a border, may be shot without warning. Jack.
That's exactly what it says. All of this considered, I literally cannot get caught, which means we're really gonna have to put the stealth in stealth camping. All right, let's do
Wow, is that a Temu fucking ghillie suit? That looks so bad. Oh my god.
This.
Looks like that shit was made with like dried seaweed.
For Jack, I hopped in an Uber to take me to the spot far away from the city. The further we got, the more desolate it became and the more nervous I felt. An hour later, we arrived to a really just sketchy road up a hill. In the pitch dark, we drove into what I can only describe as like a mini town where I was dropped off. I don't know where the heck I am right now. This is the weirdest and like most scary feeling ever. I'm like in the middle
Bro,
of
and then trying to get picked up after that. Oh my god. Like you're not even in Seoul, bro. You're not near any city. You're in the middle of fucking nowhere. It's dark outside. There's like one street light.
Korea, and God knows.
Shit. This alone is scary. Without the whole, I'm gonna go camp in North Korea. Like you're just in the middle of nowhere now. Your ride left you.
Was where we got to find those woods that I scouted on Google Maps. It's pitch dark and freezing cold. I have no idea where they are, and I am pretty nervous to sleep in the woods because after some further research, I found out there's tons of animals that live in there, such as warthogs, leopards, black bears, and a ton of other animals and creatures that I want nothing to do with. I say we get a move on before somebody comes out here and catches us. This is Operation Find the Woods.
Yo, this deadass feels like a chill as art horror game. Like, this looks like a scene of a horror, like a walkthrough horror game we play on stream, where you're just like waiting for somebody to start following you. Oh my god, is that thing not? I don't think it's tied up.
Oh fuck. Oh my god. Oh, there's a freaking dog. I think it's on a leash. Bro. Alright, we gotta find these freaking woods right now. With a whole neighborhood of dogs wanting to kill me, I knew I had to find an inn, like right now. What is this? Alright guys, I found an empty construction zone. And I think this could lead us into the forest. I found a fence, and I'm pretty sure that is the forest right there.
Bro, it's so dark, he doesn't know where he is. He has, like, what if he gets so close to the border and he just doesn't know? Like, I can't even see, he can't see 4 feet in front of him.
I'm gonna have to hop this thing.
Oh my god.
I can't even see where I am right now. Now we have to climb into these woods. Oh my god, this is so sketchy. It's time to do this. When I get scared, I do this thing where I count down from 3 in my head, and on 3, I have to do it. So if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna count in my head.
I feel like I would want, do you think he tried to get like somebody to go with him? I would want to do this with someone else. Doing this alone is so scary. Like, I think I could do this with like Chris or like one of my friends. Because then it's just like, well, if I'm fucked, you're fucked. Not like a mutually assured destruction of like, all right, well, if one of us gets in trouble, we're both screwed.
Oh. Ow. Oh, fuck. Oh, my God. There's snow all over the ground. We're getting closer and closer to the border. But I didn't realize how far I still was. This hill was more of a mountain, and I slightly underestimated how hard it would be getting up it. Oh. This tree just saved my life. Holy shit. As I got further up the mountain, things got quiet. Oh, this is so fucking scary. And I was just praying that I didn't hear.
Dude, imagine from a distance you hear fucking screaming in Korean. Holy shit. I gotta look that up. Hold up. I have to immerse myself. Something with better mic quality, maybe. Okay, that's not even screaming in Korean. That's just a Korean man screaming. Hot Korean woman has her eye on you. What rabbit hole have I gone down? Hot North Korean woman has her eye on you. Why was this posted 16 years ago? What the fuck? All right, we're giving up on that.
The further I got, the more I sensed that I definitely wasn't supposed to be there. There's an old barbed wire fence right here, and it looks like I could get through it. This looks like the top. What is this? This looks like a military bunker.
Yeah, probably might be a bomb up there, Jack. Might be a bomb up there. Could be a landmine.
At this point, I came way too far to turn back now, so I just kept going. But then I thought I spotted something in the distance. What is that?
Oh my god, is that actually a fucking bunker?
I think this is an actual military bunker. Let's keep going. I continued on, getting closer and closer to the spot. We're getting closer. And with enough to...
There's a car right there! Why do you get the Uber driver to drop you off right there? Bro's walking for 40 minutes. There's a car.
Termination, an hour and a half of hiking later. This is it. We made it to the top.
Oh, is that North Korea? That's not North Korea.
As I'm literally shaking. That is the North Korea border all along this way right here. And in the distance, right there, should be North Korea. This is insane. I can't believe I'm actually here, dude. I don't know if you guys can see, but right there is the North Korea border. And all along this way are hundreds of military outposts ready to shoot for any potential threat. It's so dark, you can't even see it, but I anticipated that might be the case, so I brought this with me, a night vision camera. Okay, I don't know how much you guys can see or how good the video quality is, but
it's about 480p.
Is where I am right now. That looks like it might be a military outpost, so hopefully they can't see me right now. And North Korea should be just right there in the distance. It's really hard to see because it's so unbelievably dark. So I am just hoping to God that tomorrow morning when the sun rises, we can get a view of North Korea. I feel like the outdoor...
Yo, I feel like he's not prepared to sleep outside. Like, it's probably like 10 degrees out.
We're boys right now. This is so cool. Okay, guys, so I'm sitting here in this bunker that I found. There's two things we got to do before we go to bed. First things first, I got to eat dinner because I can't go to bed on an empty stomach. I brought this with me. It's some ramen I got at the 7-Eleven, and I have no way to cook it. Let's get some seasoning.
If you eat that shit like it's a dry hockey puck, Jack, you could have just gotten like a protein bar, man. I mean...
on there.
Okay.
Bon appetit.
Awesome.
Very dry. I should have brought water. And secondly, entertainment. Now,
didn't bring water for the night. Didn't bring water. Jack just popped on the ghillie suit and called the Uber. Got in the car. How does he have gloves?
No service out here, but if you know me personally, you know there's one thing I'm absolutely obsessed with. Pokemon. This is a Korean pack of prismatic evolutions. We'll see if we can get that North.
Definitely survival necessity here, Jack. We're going to sleep on the border when it's freezing outside. We got to bring the prismatic evolutions fucking pack. Yeah, that's really gonna. We're gonna hit big here.
Korean luck and pull a freaking sick card. Got a Goldeen.
Groudon. That's one of my favorite Pokemon. That's probably worth like 5 cents, but that's a cool card.
Oh, okay, that's pretty sick. We got a Groudon Holo. I know I'm a nerd. It's okay. I guess there's only one more thing left to do. Get ready for bed. I think I just heard something in the bushes.
Fucking bear.
It is so freezing cold right now, and I can't sleep for the life of me. It's 6:36. The sun still hasn't rose.
I love these vlog clips, but Jack had to wake up, set up the camera, press record, lay back down, put the ghillie suit back over his head, and then fake wake up again. Like, every vlog, they have, like, any scene where they're walking towards the camera, they walk where it is, set it up, walk back, and then do it again. You ruined the magic. I mean, it's film.
Guys, that is North Korea. That's actually it. Look at that. Look at that land right there. We did it. Oh my gosh. That right there is a military outpost. And that is the border. Fuck you, Kim. Take that. You freaking poopy, stinky idiot. But there was one linger.
On video, it's like, it's a little dampened, but like from doing, I mean, I've never been to North Korea, but from doing vlogs and filming shit, it's like, that probably did feel surreal, you know? To actually be in South Korea and see North Korea with your own fucking eyes.
Thought I just couldn't shake. Who's next on my list?
Photo surface of Kim Jong-un enjoying a stay on Epstein's Island. Kim Jong-un says, he was one of my best friends. Wow. That one's not going to get taken down either. All the other ones probably aren't. That's probably still up. Because this is just in the woods. So nobody's going to look at that shit. Oh my God. Wow, whenever somebody eventually finds that, they're going to be so confused. Do you think, like, the average South Korean knows who Jeffrey Epstein is? I feel like the news with him has transcended the United States. But I feel like it's primarily, like, I don't know. For my UK and Australian viewers that watch me, or just anybody that's not from the US, is, like, Jeffrey Epstein on the news for you? Like, he's all over the news now with, like, what's happening and, like, the leaks. Really? Because I feel like it's all, like, U.S. government shit where they're, like, going over the files and stuff. But I would assume it's on in Europe. I feel like Asia, though, probably not. Like, how much they cover about it is probably a lot less. All right. Well, that was a good video.